Hello. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's enjoying their Saturday. I am trying to pull up the chat. Sorry about that. Hi, Alex. Hi, Real Dragon. Hi, Louise. Hey, Ron Logan. Hi, Mommy Wolverine. I'm trying to mute something. Just 1 second. Please bear with me. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I muted all these notifications going off because they're annoying me. Hi, 50 Shades of Faye. Good to see you. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Paulie. Hi, 1970s hippie. Nice to see you. Hi, TJ. Right. So, what are we talking about today? Seems like we've been talking about this for a couple weeks, and no, just deception and this true crime community and all everything that's going on. Um, you know, there's been a lot of harm, pain, sorrow, suffering, and grief in this community. And I was just doing some reflecting, and I completely understand. I've not been a YouTuber for very long, but I've been in the community for quite some time. Um, I was a Hoosier for about 7 years. I lived outside of Indy, And my oldest son was the same age as Abby and Libby. We lived about 40 minutes from Delphi. And I still can remember the day where, the news alert went on. Was that Fox 59, if I recall it correctly? Anyway, just, the search and everything came after. And just, I think what the majority of us have in this community in common is that we all came into it, the majority of us at least, to want to help, right? And how do we get back to that? Like, how do we support each other and help each other? Just want to do good things. I think the majority of us are good people, and um, I know a lot has occurred. I haven't been a part of like the social media component. Yeah, I did venture into Facebook for a little bit. Was in some of the Facebook groups that got out of control, and I ventured into Reddit, and then I want to say within the last year or two, went into the YouTube communities, and yeah, I mean, within those 2 years, I mean, it's mind, it's just shocking, what has happened pre-arrest, post-arrest, conviction, and on. And, I the majority of us, I hate to keep on talking like I'm speaking for everybody, so please forgive me, but I think, for those that have children, um, and that, we haven't lost a child, maybe some of us have and can relate, but I can't even imagine the sorrow and the grief that the families of Abby and Libby feel every day. Um, I look at my son now, who is 21 years old, and you know, you were on the same age as Abby and Libby. He'll be 22 soon. So yeah, how do we get here? I mean, it's just not. I'm just as guilty. I'll admit it. Like, I'm lashing out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people being destroyed for nothing. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, just looking at it, the very high level, right? Like 5,000 feet. I think there's a lot of components that played into this. Um, for one, would be the social media component of this and the emotional engagement. There's fabricated content that's still being delivered to this day. And if it's not fabricated, it is misinformation or disinformation, right? Like, I guess disinformation is very similar to fabrication, but you know what I mean? Like, some information that's been spread throughout these years were not spread to deceive. It's just people were just spreading information that they known at the time, because there was a lack of information. So you got that layer, and that's completely understandable, especially in an environment where you have to protect the integrity of a case. And then, that information is like playing the game telephone, right? I don't know if everyone's played that, but what it starts as is not how it ends, right? Um, and then there's the impact of the public perception, and that it is my belief that there are certain people that take advantage of that. They're really trying to feed a narrative, um, and, there's a psychological component to this community as well. Um, there's a fears of, doxing, and doxing because, "Hey, I'm not gonna say what you want me to say," or doxing as, like, a vigilante component, um, and it's like a means of control. I'm gonna pull Louise back up here to, kinda just speak to a little bit more of what she has gone through. It's a little bit it's a lot step up from, doxing, right? But we got somebody who wanted to control and wanted to discredit the woman that he was being abusive to. I mean, I'm just gonna call it like it is. You're an asshole, Alex. Seriously. Um, there's, also the amplification through, echo chambers. Everyone's in their, like, own silos. I'm pro defense, I'm pro prosecution. It's just like, why do people have to pick a team? Like, really? Like, this is not football. This is not, Bloods and Crips or whatever. I mean, like, people, I'm sure, probably wanted to speak to both, just social network with people that, to get a better component, like, especially, like, new people that are coming in the community. Um, I've switched my mind several times, and I think it's a good thing that somebody is, a person is trying to, you know, ask the right questions to people, you know? It's just crazy. But again, it's just like the doxing of leverage and scare tactics, and I'm just sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. So I'm gonna pull Louise up here. I just want to kinda hit home. I mean, my YouTube pin is kind of, artistic here. It seems like there's people that are pulling strings of other people, and it's time to cut the damn cord, and time for us to all ask questions. This is not a game of chess, okay? These are people that have feelings, and there's a lot of grief and hurt that a lot of people have gone through, and enough is enough. Like, call out the bullshit. All right, here we go. I'm pull her up.
Hello.
You there, Louise?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hmm. Louise.
Can you hear me? I'm here.
I hear you. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
How's it going?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So great live you had with Frank
Yes.
yesterday.
He's the first person who, like, even made me realize everything. Like, I'm grateful for him. Like, without him, like, I would have just been going with it. But, like, he actually made me, like, realize it.
Yeah, That's great. I mean, it's good that I'm so happy you were able to tell your story and be supportive,
Mhm.
or supported, I guess both ways, right? I mean, now you could help others, right? I see other
Yeah,
people are coming forward, and that's a great thing.
it
So
really is.
is there anything you wanted to add on to, what y'all talked about yesterday?
I mean,
Um
I think Mark when Mark was on your live the other day, he, like, mm, talked about how Alex came in and, like, pretended to be this person and people just believed him, and, like,
Mhm. Yeah, I think
that
that that happened in a lot of oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just saying, like, I think, there was a lot of people that,
and, like,
worked with him.
in those 2 weeks that we talked, like, I told him, like, I don't think he was right about the Stevenson tip because he wasn't, like, the Stevenson tip, like, Coy Cox said it went to a truck driver, and I think, like, because of that, Alex has had a grudge against me.
Well, all because of that.
I mean, that's
Wow.
part of it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure.
um,
Like, it doesn't take much, right, to set somebody
yeah.
off. Jeez.
Like, Cold Truth was on and he was saying, like, how Alex has, like, these grudges, like, if you don't believe him and you, like, call him out, like, I think a lot of people thought, like, he didn't hack into Keegan Klein's accounts, like, Tobar said that, like, on Reddit, like, was asking about the crypto stuff and, like, all of this, like, stuff, and he just dodged the questions. I think people who saw him for who he was, he went after, and it was all women and ATC.
Yeah. Now, did you start seeing a change? Like, at what point do you think things shifted? Like, was he clear? Like, did you know what was going on before? You know what I mean? What happened or what he was going to do to you? Was there like some type of like threat? Like, if you don't do X, Y, and Z or X, I'm going to do Y and Z or whatnot.
I mean, if I look back at our conversations, because I screen recorded everything before he deleted it, like, he told me, like, he threatened to blow up his school, like, he wanted to shoot his teacher. Um, there were a lot of red flags. He told me
Mhm.
he, raped somebody. Like, a lot of it, like, I'm stupid for even talking to him, and, like, all of that, like, he said a lot of really, like, crazy stuff, and, like, I just didn't even really pick up on it until after. But, like, he told me, like, oh, like, he did something to, like, a detective, and I thought, like, a lot of it was, like, a scare tactic.
Mhm.
So I don't really know. And, like, a lot of it, like, I really didn't believe.
Were you somewhat blindsided to what like, was there certain, things that you were out of the loop that he was doing behind the scenes before, you kinda seen the attacks towards you? Or was it very instant where you stopped talking and that not that this is really relevant, I'm just curious as to,
No,
how it all came
like,
together, you know what I mean?
I really don't even remember. I remember I added Fig as a friend, and he, like,
Uh-huh.
went psycho on me and, like,
Oh, okay.
blocked me and deleted me and, like, all this crazy stuff, and then, like, in August of that year, he, like, messaged me again and did the same stuff because I became active in another Discord.
Those is that those silos, you know? It's like teams
No,
and all that.
No, a lot of it is just he was on like a lot of it is just like immature high school stuff, but like he doesn't understand what he's doing, like reporting people and like making up all this like BS.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people he's attacked. A lot. I mean, I think I probably can't even count on my fingers how many people he's called pedos and all that. It's crazy.
It's everybody in the community who has questioned him because he's a con artist. Like he lies about
Mhm.
everything. Like he didn't hack Keegan Klein's accounts. He wasn't the person who tipped in Stevenson. And like he has a grudge against anybody who calls him out.
Yep. I agree.
And I don't know why he
With
hates Mark.
everything else.
He like
Yeah.
he told me it was about like Matt Sullivan or something. I really don't know. Like that was all before my time.
Hello. We got who's in here? Sorry, Louise.
Who's in here?
Oh, I don't know. That
What?
was weird. Okay. Sorry about that. So where are you now? Like, how are you doing?
I'm good. Like I'm fine now. I was like before I was very scared about like what is he gonna say next? Like he fabricated all that crap, like saying like he put my nudes online, like he made up all that stuff. He told
Louise?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can't. It was weird. Like I couldn't hear you for a moment. I'm sorry. Can you just repeat what you just said, like the last sentence? It's just blacked out. Weird.
Oh, no, I said he fabricated like everything. Like he made a listing where like he put my nudes and said I was a sextortionist or something. I don't know what he did. I just found out about that like a week ago.
Yeah, and then not only that, but like he was sending other people to do that, right? I mean, I've seen it. There's
I
that
have
like
I don't know
spreading,
what he did. I really don't.
well, I mean, I've seen it in chats. Adrian,
Yeah.
Mar, you know, who else? That Sakoki chick.
Yeah. Yeah, she put like 4chan Lewis, like she's the biggest cunt of all of them. Like she started a lot of this. Like
It's like,
Alex did this, but like she is one of the biggest instigators. Her, Mar, um, Prof, like they weaponize Alex. Alex did all of this, like Alex is responsible. I sent photos to him, like he's the one that did that, but they gassed him up and pushed him into that.
yeah, and shame on them too. It's just like, it's like that manipulate. Yeah, maybe they were manipulated. I don't know. You know what I mean? But still, at the end of the day,
No, it was
they
Alex.
made a choice to do it, though. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And it's just like maybe they were threatened. Who knows? I don't know. The what happened between Alex and those 3. But I do know that he's got them doing his work. I mean, didn't somebody reach out to you because he wanted to get back in connection, like,
Yeah.
contact with you?
Yeah, Mar
Can you
did. And she kept, like, saying, like, "Oh, it's all Adrian, it's all Adrian." But, like, Mar is responsible as well.
Yeah, and especially they know the background, right? So
Yeah.
they know what he has done. Why would you even do that and be the middleman? Like, shame on them. They should have been like, "No, I'm not doing this." You know?
Yeah.
I just it's just like they're just his, like, minions.
They really are. And you would think, and, like, I told Mar, like, "It's not Adrian," like, I kept telling Mar, "It's not Adrian, it's Alex," and she's like, "No, like, Adrian is just jealous, blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "No, like, um, Alex made Adrian jealous, like, Alex went and"
You cut out again. I don't know,
Oh,
it might be
sorry.
on my end. No, no, it's not don't be sorry. Just 1 second. I might have to come out and come back in. Um, just a second. Is this better? I know I didn't come out and come back in, obviously, but I tried to, like, switch my network. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Okay, good, good, thank you. Alright. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, is that Mark?
it is.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
Louise, I haven't listened or heard anything that's going on, so I'm coming in totally blind. I don't know what's up.
Okay.
What's going
No,
on?
we were just chatting about, like, yesterday, Louise telling her story and Alex, and how I think
About?
we were on the part where he, is utilizing and manipulating other people to
Hello?
further his smear campaign. Um, so yeah, that's where we're at. Now, Mark, didn't you get some type of message from Alex recently that you care to share?
Are you talking? You cut out. I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, I said, did you receive a communication from Alex recently?
Which one? That
Whatever one you want to share.
me and HCC are gonna die this year. That I dark web my daughter. Um, when he sent me a little Trojan link. There's a lot, but you know, which one are you talking about?
No, you shared it. The whole that you and HCC are going to be on alive this year.
I don't think so, but you never
I
know. I
think
guess.
sorry, I think there's, like, a new threat going around about Jewish people.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, when it got sent to me, people were making like a really big deal about it, and I thought it was going to be a little bit juicier than what it was. But just that there were going to be a lot of dead Jews if things didn't stop, and it's just like, all right, come on, you know, ask your mom for money for a plane ticket and come to my door. you know, because you live with your mom and you work at fucking grocery store and
Part-time.
Part-time. They won't even allow you to be a full-time. And you're the guy who, when the assholes who don't put their cart back at the grocery store, you're that guy who has to go get the cart and put it back. So,
Well, I put the link in here if anyone wanted to join this discussion. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Alex, or just be the topic of social media and manipulation, and if anyone wants to share their story, the link's in there.
I'm sure.
Cindy says, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Cindy brings up a good point. Manipulation, people can run circles around people, turn each other against one another. And yeah, I mean, that seems like the go-to, right? That tactic is, this person said this, and just adding the layer of how things can spread so quickly in a social media environment. It doesn't give like an opportunity for somebody to, like whoever's being accused of whatever, to actually defend themselves. It just spreads.
Jamie told me like Alex had her convinced that like I was a devil. And I can say the same thing from being in the knot. Like I thought Mark was the devil until I like finally talked to him, and like he's a really good guy. Like
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm not.
You've been a really good guy to me.
So I'm
but
a
I'm
plonker. Just a plonker, Oh, I wish I had time to send you that stuff so we could have pulled that up tonight. But pretty much I've just been going through an old Discord that still very much exists. They just kicked all you fuckers out of it. And
the knot?
Yep.
No,
I'm just gonna...
I thought you were the devil, and I apologize to you so much.
Oh, I know. I had to tell you to stop apologizing, but just like, it's interesting just because of the teaming up that's gone on. It's just like, if you knew the shit that they really said about you, I don't think things would be so copacetic. So I kind of wanted to put that on blast tonight, but there's just way more. Like it's a lot to go through. So a few people behind the scenes are putting together a nice little presentation. So stay tuned for that. And what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. So I'm sure like a bunch of people left chat once I came on. So fuck you, fuck your mom. That's all I got to say about that. Plonkers for life.
So what happened with Adrienne? I thought she was leaving, and now she's back and like writing. I guess she's working on some type of project.
Yeah, like let her keep talking. It's interesting to say the least, and especially just leaving everything out that it's not with Adrienne. She's acting like that. It's just that she's the one reacting to what they're doing, and it's the opposite. People are reacting to things that she's done, but she's trying to make it seem like she's the one reacting to things that they've done. So I had a long fucking day at work, so sorry, I'm kind of spent.
It's okay. It's okay. We lost Louise. I don't know if she Irish goodbye or what?
No, Louise. I finally caught some of her. I still haven't made it through it all. Like I said, I was super busy today, but I caught some of her live with Gibbo, and I'm super proud of her for coming out and sharing. And for the longest time, people tried to make it seem like that Louise wasn't a real person, that she wasn't the woman in the pictures, like all this other stuff. And then, like, finally talking to her and, verifying that she is the woman in the pictures. Like, I've got nothing but empathy for her. And I feel so bad for all the shit that they put her through and, like, the wild accusations that they threw around with her name after like knowing her personally. It's just like, get fucked.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
And that's
It was
coming
so
from the
bad.
morality police.
And too, like when I first started talking to her and I didn't get along at first, but I completely, now looking back at it, I completely understand like her position and her mindset during that time, because that's like right after, the whole, she stopped talking to certain people, and she was just very, you know, on edge. Not, maybe that's a bad word to use, but like just traumatized really from what she went through too, with all those things with Alex and other things that were going on, and I completely understand. It was kind of funny because the first time it was like what why we her and I didn't get along at first is because she like thought told everyone I was in the knot. And I was like, "Oh my god," because like I was only in there for like a month, and and then it got shut down,
Oh,
and so I didn't really know
it
what
didn't
was
get shut
going
down. You
on.
guys just all got kicked out.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
did
we
not
all
get.
got kicked out. I didn't know like what was I didn't even really know how to use Discord at that time, so that took like I still don't know how to use Twitter, so that took me like some
Yeah,
time to
I
get
don't
used
get
to,
Twitter.
but like, I completely understand what she was going through. And I she's very brave to tell her story, and um, she really got the shit out of the stick
She
from
didn't do anything.
she
Like
didn't.
you want to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
agree.
like it's just more like a whole bunch of shit was done to her, and then the person who did the shit, I guess, felt embarrassed about their actions, and so they tried to spin it as like that she elicited the actions from them, and it's just like, no, you fucking send everybody your whatever. And Luis just, I don't know, it's hard to, because like I don't even understand the full story about what happened, just like a little piece of it. And from what I've gathered, it's just like that you're doing that to try and cover your own ass.
Mhm.
And it is what it is. But
And you know what? I hope, like, if Alex ever has a daughter one day, I want
oh,
him
let's
to
hope that
think.
doesn't happen.
I'm just saying,
Don't
like,
manifest that at all. Don't
mm.
don't don't put that out into the
Or if
universe.
he has a sister, would he like somebody to do that to his sister or to his mother? Like, come on. That is just bullshit.
And we better stop talking, or there's going to be a lot of dead Jews, according to a phone call. I sent you that phone call, right? It was like a minute, right? I
Yes.
sent it to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
That was crazy. Like, part of me wants to play that, but I'll probably get shut down for that. So, but like, I really think like everyone needs to hear it. Honestly, like this is, it's transparency, and like this is who this person is.
Well,
And
like,
when
how are
when
you gonna get
something,
mad over the one meme, and on the other hand, like you're fully like backing somebody who's saying like, hey, y'all better knock it off, or I'm gonna spread a whole bunch of rumors, and there are gonna be a whole bunch of dead Jews. And it's just like, not only are you making death threats, but you're bringing it's weird because like I'm not religious at all, but like if you want to talk about like ethnicity, yeah, I would be considered Jewish, and it is what it is. But like, so you're an asshole on so many levels, and somehow that's justified, but like a little fucking meme is the end of the world.
Hi, Jinx.
Hey, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. How are you, sugar?
Good. How's your night doing? Or how's
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Like I'm having a second margarita here, so please bear with me. Can't even speak right now.
Oh, as long as it's a salted rim, then you're all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was, you know, Mark had said how the Not Discord was still alive. And there's a few Discords that I've been in that people have been like, oh, they got deleted, they're removed, yada yada yada. But then people have come back and said, oh no, they still survived and they still have a pulse. And I've just been wondering. And I've heard it about, like I said, I've heard it about a few Discords. Like people have said that about Ruckuses, and y'all, I have diligently clicked that link, and Ruckus legit did delete it. And then somebody told me that Reg Cord wasn't deleted, and that's Reggie Dunlop. And I haven't had a working link yet, but I haven't gotten one that said I was blocked. So I'm kind of feel like that one actually has been deleted, but I haven't gotten any like word. And I've never been a part of the Not Discord ever, but as far as I know, that one actually was deleted. But if somebody has like confirmation that wasn't, that's kind of fun, like do you have any proof of that?
Yeah, you can ask Gibbo. I've been sending him a couple screenshots for a presentation that we're putting together.
Like how recently, or like
This
any?
morning I sent them to him.
No, no, I'm not. That's not what I meant. Like, I mean, I could have sent him something from RegCorp, but it could have been like, shit, hell, that was definitely 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's 100% still there.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Like I said, I was just kind of curious. I've definitely hit. I know that Ruckus actually did demolish his, and I know it's been a long whisper that RegCord has been deleted, but it's still there. Yada yada yada. I have done some due diligence on that, as well as tried to like back things up, because I'm not tech savvy, but my husband is. Bless his heart. Thank you, Jesus. My husband is. And somebody told me that there was like some malware, or not malware. Fuck. See, I don't know what do you call that? Program. There was some like program. There was a, I don't know, fuck, code or some shit that you could like put in. Anyways, then you could download like the entire disc, like all the shit. I know that people say that the internet is forever and whatnot. I don't know how to do all that, but like I said, but my husband was trying to explain some of the shit to me, and I even had him try to figure out this, and he was like nothing, you know. But I also asked him about the knot, and I didn't have enough information because, like I said, I wasn't a member. I didn't have any access at any point in time to even have whatever. But he was just like, I have no idea. So I'm really curious if you have something that is actually legit updated in even the last, I don't know, whatever, this last month. Is it really, really active?
It's just still there. Like, there's only 3 members. I wouldn't say that it's still like active or anything like that. It's just it didn't get deleted. People got kicked out, and now it just kind of serves like as an archive type thing.
That's interesting. Like I said, I was just curious because I wanted to archive a few things out of RegCord.
Well, I would
Just
love
for
to see
repair
things out of
purposes.
RegCord.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there's some people who've claimed that they've got everything from RegCord downloaded and they've already put out posts that there's more to come. And honestly, I don't give a shit because if there was any talk about plane tickets being bought, that's because I was already doxxed and I was heated. And there was another person that was doxxed and heated. And you were threatening to dox a third person and they were heated and we were all gonna fucking come out there and whoop your ass. Like, we were done with you. Okay, you'd already doxed 2 women and you were threatening to dox a third person. Prof. Anyways, I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know anything about RegCord or if that. I've heard both ways. I've heard it's gone. I've heard it's still there. I don't know either way, but I
But
definitely know.
you were in RegCord, so
I was in RegCord, but like
okay.
I don't know
Yes.
what happened with it. Like I lost
I'm not
access
saying
to
that
it
you
with
did.
everybody else.
And honestly, the person who owned RegCord, whatever you want to, who knows at this point? I know he's probably got limited.
He goes by Ogie Ogathorpe now on Discord and YouTube. So if you see that anywhere, that's who that is. And the only reason I know that is because, like, whenever you've had like DMs with somebody, every time they change their name, it like updates. And like a week or 2 ago, I was looking through older messages. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I looked, I was like, oh, it's fucking Dunlop.
You have DMs on YouTube?
No, on Discord.
Oh, you're talking about the nickname?
Yeah, whatever your like screen name is.
Yeah.
Like, this is Ogie Ogathorpe now.
Uh-huh.
And I'd seen that in a chat. I forget which chat I'd seen it in. And the only reason it clicked is because when I had looked through my Discord messages, I was like, I've seen that on fucking YouTube. But I promise you on everything that the not Discord still exists.
I'm
Not
not.
as like an active thing, but
Like I
more
said,
as
I
like a
was just
database.
curious, and if you could somehow like substantiate that, like that's cool. That's all I needed.
Yeah, it's 100% still there, but not
I mean, I
as like
literally
an
just busted
active thing, but
Adrian for
more like
putting
as
out
a
statements that she had to retract. So you know how I feel about people who put out statements that they have to retract because they put out bullshit and then had to retract.
No, I put like, if you want to talk to the 2 other people who are the only members
No,
of it,
I
I'm
don't
not a
need to
member.
talk to anybody. I mean, you're the one who put it out in that sphere, so that's why I
Yep,
was directing it towards
100%,
you.
a
And
million
you and I
percent.
already know how you can be marked. So
Yes, 100%,
yeah,
a million
100%.
percent,
Yes, you
a
do.
million percent that the not
All right.
Discord exists
Well,
as
I'm
a
going to get out of
database.
here on that note because you and I both know, and that's also out in the sphere. Love you. Bye.
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 Ugh. So there are a million ways that we could go after this conversation, but I'd rather take the higher road as opposed to taking digs at other people. So, but yeah, the not Discord serves 100% as like a database for in case you want to look at something or anything like that. And what it's been utilized for in the past few days is looking at initial statements about people's feelings about a certain website, stuff like that. And it's not as copacetic as people try and make it out to be. And it'd be interesting to see how relationships would continue if people knew what people were saying about each other behind their backs.
I'm looking for some messages right now to put them on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said I'm looking for something that supports what we're talking about right now.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 second. Why can't you ever find something when you're looking for it?
Right? You know? But yeah, the spicier ones are being saved. But I know I sent you a couple.
All right. Hold on. I hate when your phone like tries to save space and then it doesn't display the image, so you have to click on you have to re-download things.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm on the StreamYard through my phone, so I can't. I mean, I guess I could jump off and send you something if you want, and then jump back on. You want me to
I'll
do
find
that?
it. I'll find it. Let's look at the chat. I'll pull up some of the chat and while I scroll through my phone. Fine. Any good memes lately?
I don't know. I've been working all day. You know, like I don't. I left work at like 10 o'clock and got home like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes ago. So I haven't really been looking at anything too much. I try not to let this consume me, but you know how that goes sometimes. So
Yeah, no, I do.
and as much as people want to pretend like they want to walk away from it, it's just too hard to do.
I know, it just like sucks you in and
Mm-hmm.
it just consumes you.
But I didn't watch the live. I just caught the clip that somebody sent me at the end where it was like, "Where's my coons, bitches?" or whatever he said, right at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch really any of it. Did you?
Like I watched the second half. I haven't
The
watched
second half.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard some people from the live earlier, or I read some positive comments about the live overall.
Oh, you want to talk about that short that you posted with Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
So for all the newer people here, Prof has kind of been going at people ad nauseum for a long time. And a few people pitched in a while ago, and that video is like, I want to say almost 2 years old. And I just kind of assumed that everybody had seen it. So it was funny, the reaction that it got from a lot of people who hadn't seen it.
Yeah, and I did place that AI disclaimer on the video.
Well, it's from Cameo.
Like, hey,
you know,
no,
that's really
I know,
Chris
but like when you upload a a video on YouTube, there is a question: is this like altered? As to like it appears to be something it's not type of scenario. And I did check that box. I don't know if people can see it on their end, but there was like some people that thought it really was Chris Hansen. But it was
really was.
really
No, it is really Chris Hansen. It is. Cameo is a site where you can pay, say, like kind of more like B, C, and D list celebrities to like give you a shout out. That 100% is Chris Hansen. That is like more than a few people chipped in a couple dollars and kind of gave Chris Hampton a prompt, and Chris Hansen delivered on what he was paid to do. But
wow.
so
I thought, yeah. So
it's really him. That's what that
so I
Cameo
just tried
site
to
is. Yeah.
disclaimer up.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
that's really, that 100% is, that's Chris Hansen. Those words are coming out of Chris Hansen's mouth, but it's more like a paid advertisement. So if that's like a disclaimer that you have to admit to, it's more that. It's not AI generated or anything like that.
Well, if anyone reached out to me and asked me about that, I was wrong. It is Chris Hansen.
It
My
100% is Chris Hansen. So
that's so cool.
I want to say his fee in 2023 was like $75 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's not too much to get a shout out from Chris Hansen. I could be wrong though.
Really cool. I mean, $75. Like, how long was it? Like less than 2 minutes?
I think
Not
it's
bad.
90. I think it's 90 seconds. I think you get a minute and a half. But this was a long time ago, so I don't, and I wasn't one of the people who contributed to it, so I don't really know the ins and outs, but I do know that it was like a collective effort, and it really is Chris Hansen. So, but that's that. It, like I said, it's from 2 years ago. That's how fucking long this guy's been up to it. That people decided to pull their money together to, put them on blast like that. And I guess it was never really widely shared. I don't know. Or maybe they're just like a lot of new people who are looking at things, or at odds with him, that it's just more relevant now than it was back then because it's a larger group of people. But it's not AI generated. That is Chris Hansen.
So you're gonna have to like go out and resend that to me because I can't find it.
All right.
But in the interim, go ahead.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, if you want, or later, or send like, yeah.
All right, hang on.
But I did see that Dawn was in this chat earlier. I'm not sure if she still is. I would like, if you want to come up and tell your story, you're more than welcome to. If not, I completely understand. Definitely understand. I do have some messages that Alex had sent in, I want to say November or October, around that time frame. And I think they're really telling. Just kind of see like how he had this agenda. And I'm sure she's well aware because she probably was trying to stay the hell away from him. But I was thinking, I'll just try to pull it up real quick. Let's see. All right. So this is a screenshot Alex had shared, and I'm pretty convinced. I mean, I don't have any facts. I guess I just have a suspicion. So this is just all my speculation here. That he somehow created another profile. Oh, it like went away, but it came back. Okay. That he created another profile to communicate. I'm gonna do another share here. Another image. Because that's what he did with that Timothy, what's his name? Timothy. Oh my God. If I get this wrong, I'm so sorry. I have like the worst memory. Deeds or something on that nature. He stole his identity to communicate with the Delphi police based on, his own admission to that. All right. Another share. Let's see if I can make it bigger. So this is who Alex is. So he's saying, if anyone sees, give peace a chance, right? Same person that I believe is in this chat, right? Dawn. Or 1970s hippie, aka, I'm so sorry, Dawn. I should have blackened this out. Please forgive me. On a live stream, please notify me. I'm tired of all the games. I'll maul that bitch straight up. And then he goes and starts, threatening somebody else here. Like, so I guess what I'm trying to convey here is that he has this issue, probably all in his head, to attack Dawn. And then, his campaign didn't work. So then he went and is utilizing, Adrian and the prof to continue this harassment. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's so upsetting. We have two McClellands in here.
It's just one.
And I feel really bad for Dawn. Like, seriously, it's just ridiculous. But I'm glad she came and told her story. If you need these messages, Dawn, if you're still in there, let me know. I will forward them to you. I'll be more than happy to do that. Because this has got to stop.
I don't understand how any of this would help Richard out.
I don't either.
Like, what's the point? If you want to like focus any energy or anything, focus in on the random group of 3 girls. Spend your time trying to find them, or try and find the car that was on the Hoosier Harvest store, or try and find out how the Odinist guards tortured him in prison to get him to confess. Stuff like that.
Yeah, or like be boots on the ground,
Well,
and
I don't think that those 3 things require somebody signing a contract for it to be investigated. Nothing's stopping anybody from trying to find out if it's not the three girls that the prosecution alleges, and it's a totally different group. What's stopping anybody from identifying those 3 girls, getting them to corroborate that they saw Richard Allen? Because you do that, bam, game over. So what is stopping that from happening? Or if Richard Allen was at home during the time of the crime, what's stopping anybody from proving that? If there is some kind of geofence data that puts his phone at home, what's stopping, because the defense has the phone records, what's stopping them from releasing anything that shows that his phone puts him at home? That wasn't even allowed into trial, so that's not like it's protected or under any kind of like sealed order or anything like that. If anything like that exists from any kind of phone data that puts him at home at the time of the crime, why isn't that being released? It's not under seal. Yeah, it wasn't allowed in trial, but it wasn't allowed. It's not under seal. So if it corroborates his story of being home at the time of the crime, why is that not being released? You can tell me that they're going to give you the 43-second video, but they're not going to give you fucking geolocation data that places him home at the time of the crime. Why wouldn't they do that? If that's what the geofence shows, that he's home, that his phone places him at home at the time of the crime, what's stopping them from handing that over and placing it on that website?
Well, here's the thing
What's
that
stopping any
also
of you from going out and finding this other 3 group of girls? What's stopping anybody from doing that? Nothing. But you want to go at each other over stupid shit. Like, if you really want to get this guy off and he really didn't, what's stopping you from doing things that actually matter and could affect things? Leave each other alone and focus on refuting what was presented at trial that convinced a jury of 12 people to convict him.
I think though too, just talking about the geofence and everything, I do recall something being mentioned where they didn't have the right, I guess they, on the first dump. And now this is the phone dump, but I'm wondering if the same logic applies to the geofence, that they didn't expand the time frame that they were looking at. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but if they have, we both agreed that they have the phone records and the geolocation information, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't allowed in trial, right? So it's not under any protective order. It's not under seal or anything like that. Don't you think that if it were favorable in any kind of way, that that would have been released?
I mean,
If
not if
something
the time
shows,
frame wasn't expand. I don't know. Like,
if
yeah,
something
I would
showed,
think.
if something showed that
Correct.
he was at home, what is stopping them from putting that on that website right now? If they can put the full whatever version of the video that they want to call it on that website, tell me what is stopping them from putting geolocation data that would place him at home at the time of the crimes. What is stopping anybody from doing that? Because it doesn't exist. If it existed, that shit would have been blasted everywhere. And then they could cry about how, oh, look, he's at home. Then not only that, look, this judge is so corrupt that they disallowed exculpatory evidence. The deck was stacked. They wouldn't let in evidence that showed that he was at home. You know why? Because it doesn't exist. If they had any kind of evidence that showed that his phone was at home during the time of the murders, and then not only that, if his phone is, say, in some really far-fetched scenario where that is the case, why the fuck did he say he was on his phone checking a stock ticker? And then if you're gonna, oh well, he just didn't remember, it's like, get the fuck out of here. In
Well,
probably the biggest thing that ever happened in that town, you're not going to remember exactly what you were doing that day. And then that's going to bring me on to my next tangent about all the back and forth about the interaction between him and Kathy Allen, where, what did she say? Did she say, you didn't tell me that you weren't on the bridge, or something like, I didn't remember that you were on the bridge? And he's like, yeah, I told you I went out to the first trestle or whatever, right? The biggest thing that I've seen that people are missing, it's that interaction happened on October 26th. On October 13th, 13 days prior to that, they interviewed both of them. They searched his home. They impounded his car. They interviewed his neighbors. You're going to tell me in those 13 days that Kathy didn't ask Richard, why do they think it's you? What were you doing out there that day? What exactly all happened? And you're going to tell me that you're totally okay with them having that conversation and her not remembering that he was on the bridge? It's because he didn't tell her. Not only did he have 13 days to tell her, he had 5.5 years. And he didn't tell her either time. So, but if that were you or anybody else, and that was your significant other being accused of a crime to the point where you're both dragged into the police station, your home is searched, your car's impounded, they're interviewing your fucking neighbors, you know damn well you're going to sit your partner down and have a conversation. Why do they think this is you? What were you doing that day? Tell me what happened. And if you don't think that that occurred, you are lying to yourself. And if you're going to tell me that you wouldn't remember such a huge detail if they had that conversation in 13 days, to the point where he not only had to remind her, he had to go and say, oh, yeah, I told you I went out to the first trestle. No. I could understand that people making that argument if that conversation between the two of them happened on the 13th, but that happened on the 26th. That didn't happen on the 13th. That happened on the 26th.
Well, all I know is that Ron Logan is stressed out right now because he says so. He said, this is stressing me out. I haven't been this tense since Holman questioned me. And we have a comment here. They didn't geofence his house.
They didn't geofence his house. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. Did they? I don't.
Sure.
I don't think
Go,
they would.
go with that.
Like, honestly, like this could be a valid point if you think about it. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I mean, they didn't know who the suspect, who Richard Allen was, obviously, when they did the geofence, right? So
How
that would
close
make
does he live to the
sense.
bridge?
Why was it?
And how far does a normal geofence expand?
I don't think it could be
Get the question.
very
It is. It's 25.
broad because, like,
No,
those are people's like privacy.
no, his
Like, it's like
proximity
their
to the
private
bridge would have put him
detail.
there. And then not only
Hmm?
that, like, you want to get into it further, it's like, okay, then if there was some kind of phone activity from the times of interest, right? Like if you got a text message or if you got a phone call or something like that, right? Then they would be able to point to that because they would use some kind of GPS location data for that, right? You agree on that?
Like
That
5, 6
if
feet
you would have gotten
either.
a phone call, so what's the time we're looking for? 1:30 to, let's say, 5 o'clock. If you would have gotten a text message, if you would have gotten a phone call that he would have answered or that he would have replied to,
Mm-hmm.
don't you think that that would have been brought up?
I mean, it all depends on the cell phone company. And I do know I looked into this because certain cell phone companies keep information for a certain period of time. Like some of them, I don't know what the actual requirements are, but I do know, like, I think it was Verizon keeps data longer, than something to do with the 911 FCC regulations. I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. You would think, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. And then if there were any kind of
They had
information
it.
that put him at his house, then they could have requested some kind of inquiry about that area then, right?
I don't know about geofence, but cell phone data, yeah. Because like the laws changed after they originally did the geofence. Like they're more strict with the geofence warrant. It's my understanding. But like as far as cell phone and GPS, it's
Okay.
possibly
Well,
not.
then scratch that. Scratch that then. Okay. If we agree that the defense has access to the geofence information, correct?
Yeah, they would have to have
Okay.
access. I mean,
So
whatever was turned over.
if
Yeah.
it's beneficial to their client, meaning that he doesn't show up on the geofence, right?
Right.
What's stopping them from putting that on that website? If he's not on that geofence map at all, what is stopping them from putting that on that website?
Okay. So I'm only repeating what has been put in this chat. So I don't know the answer, but I'm going to defer to somebody who made a comment on that. And I think that was Luke, who said it wasn't entered into trial, so it's not a record or whatever, like official
Okay,
record.
but they have, but that's irrelevant because they have that data. They were given that data. Just because it wasn't allowed into trial doesn't mean that it doesn't exist and they don't have it. So if Rick does not show up on that geofence, what is stopping anybody from putting that on that website?
The geofence wasn't allowed.
I get that, but if
Well,
it's
I guess the answer
exculpatory
would be you're
evidence
not
for
supposed
a
to.
Richard
I don't know.
Allen's innocence, then why wouldn't, if they gave you the video, why wouldn't they give you the geofence stuff? We're not talking about trial. We're talking about a website that is founded to proclaim this man's innocence. And nothing would be more profound than a map where the person is not on that map. So what is stopping them from providing that information to this website?
I don't know. Let's, like, Luke's in the chat. Luke, is that your website or not? Like, put yes or no, please, in the chat. And then if it is yes, then maybe he can shed some light to that. That would be an answer that whoever owns that website or whatever can answer. I don't know. But you asked a good question.
Why isn't every piece of exculpatory evidence up on that website? If all trial exhibits are public information and all things that were excluded from trial, not under any kind of seal, why isn't every single piece up on that website? If there's some kind of information that is collected like that and excludes the accused, and it's not under any kind of seal, and it's not protected in any way, and it doesn't give away any identifying information or anything like that, why is that not on that website? It's not protected. And that would make a pretty strong case, don't you think? Stronger than how you interpret a 43-second video. You gonna let Paulie on?
Yeah, I'll let him on. Sorry, I just wanted to get through this point. Is he fucko? Oh, there you fucko. All right, we'll find out.
Nah, yo, I'm not bugging. I ain't calling everyone a fucko, man. But yo, I'm not calling everyone a fucko. I want to know who are these 3 fucking girls, yo? Because look, this motherfucker Baldwin, he could have spent that 12 grand or whatever the fuck he spent, 8, 12 grand, whoever known that. Yo, bro, them 3 girls could have exonerated Allen, and he could have spent the money finding them 3 fucking girls, paying a private investigator. Like, yo, what is up with these 3 girls? That's what I want to know. What is up with them? I don't know. Shit.
I don't know either. Oh,
Cause
last
that's what
part.
I'm saying. That is one thing that could have exonerated Allen. So, and now they saying the motherfuckers that are out here saying like, yo, they saying Allen or Baldwin and Rozzy weren't a good defense team when they was all on his dick, their collective dick earlier. Like, so now all of a sudden, first of all, you should have known that this motherfucker was talking about some 3 girls somewhere. Where are they at, bro? Where are these 3 girls at? Someone said, all eyes, whatever. That dumb cunt that doesn't even do nothing with proof. Bro, I do not fuck with people if you don't have a proof. I need proof. Like, so, bro. So then you got this other bitch talking about, oh, we got proof. We finally found one of the 3 girls or whatever. Bro, that could exonerate Allen. Well, like, why is this not on Good Morning America? This was a global case. Like, bro, if you found the 3 girls that could exonerate Allen, why ain't you on Good Morning America or no other crazy dumb shit? I don't know, bro. I'm just on here vibing. How you doing, Mark? How you
What
doing,
up?
Peggy?
You still owe me $2.99 for that pack. You think I
Bro.
forgot? You think I
mm,
forgot?
I thought you forgot, bro.
Remember, I'm a Jew. I don't forget.
Oh fuck.
Hi, Paulie.
Who? That's bossy. Bossy knows I love her, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
No,
where?
you make perfect sense,
Nah.
Polly. You
Yeah,
make
that's what I'm
perfect
saying.
sense.
Where are these 3 girls, yo? You don't understand. Like, yo, the
No,
reality isn't a fucking multiverse from the fucking Marvel movies, bro. One certain set of people don't do the same shit an hour later as a second set of people. Like, yo, where are these girls? Now all I was talking about, yo, I finally, yo, why ain't they on Good Morning America yelling out, yo, Richard Allen is innocent? Because you know it's full of shit.
because it's people from YouTube saying they
It's
solved
for,
the problem and they
yes,
didn't.
they want notoriety. Like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
why do you think Andy Baldwin? Why do you think his dumb ass? Well, he's not fucking stupid. The guy wanted money. I know what he wanted. Why do you think he took that? Bro, why spend 12 grand going to Georgia instead of finding the 3 girls that could exonerate your client?
because
Bro,
he knew his
you
client
could
was
have
guilty.
spent that 12 grand trying to find the 3 girls that could exonerate your client. But now all of a sudden they popping up.
No, Angela and Yellow Jacket are gonna find those 3 girls and prove Richard Allen is innocent.
Yeah, good luck. But I know Richard Allen's bridge
My
guy.
question is, can they
Yo,
prove
yeah,
my
I know Richard
Paul?
Allen's bridge guy. The 12 drawers knows Richard Allen's bridge guy. So what the fuck are they trying to accomplish? Bro,
Can
he
they,
did this shit.
my question
He
is, can they prove to me how he left Mexico, Indiana, stopped and got beer, went home, changed clothes, then
No,
went to the
because
bridge
he's an out.
all in
No,
less than
he's
an
an
hour.
Why
no.
didn't his mom get on the stand and
Hold
testify
on,
what time he left?
because
Why didn't Janice get on the stand and testify what time he left?
because
Very good
because
point, Mark.
because he would have had to lie. And I will tell you right now, as an alcoholic, he didn't buy a fucking 6-pack. He probably bought a whole bottle of liquor. He probably
Regardless,
drank it like, you know what I'm saying? I know he probably drank
unless
a half bottle.
he knows how to teleport, he screwed himself by changing the timeline to say he was at the bridge by noon or whatever time. I believe it said noon. And he left his mom's at 11. That is physically impossible. Period.
Why didn't Kathy get on the stand and testify what car she drove that day? Why didn't Kathy get on the stand and testify?
Yeah, how did she get home? I don't understand that piece. Like, I always wondered that. Like, he left. Like, did they take separate cars?
I mean,
Did somebody drive her
Bro,
home?
they didn't testify to a lot of shit because I think Kathy knew whatever. I'm not even gonna put that out there like that. But that's what I fucking believe. That bitch knew that shit. Bro, I think she should go down with
I
whatever,
don't
man.
know. I don't know. There's a lot of families whose significant, their father or husband or whoever,
Oh yeah,
mother, have gone
I'm not.
out and they
Yo,
have no
I
clue.
know
And
families that stuff
if
on it.
I recall correctly, she was at work that day. Am I right?
I thought she was there. I don't
Supposedly,
know.
Yeah,
supposedly.
you guys, but people who are with narcissists and are like prone to abuse, like,
Yo, and then one thing, you ever notice these channels that go over them interrogation videos? And I'll tell you this shit, case by case. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. Fuck her. Yo, her fucking video, when
I
she was
actually kind
going,
of her.
when they go over that fucking interrogation video, all these fucking channels, they don't even stop the fucking video when he flat out lies to his wife, like, yo, I wasn't on the bridge that day. Like,
But
yo, they hold on, Mark. They don't even they they don't even stop it to try to justify it. They just skip right over it. They let it play. And I'm like, yo, how can you not go over that? That is a very pertinent part. Like,
in
what the
terms of
fuck is
channels, though, she's kind of the only one who is continually like talking about the case and like continuing to like deep dive and go back to the beginning. And she's kind of really the only one who seems to have
yeah,
stayed
but
out of all this
I
back
think,
and forth. So
I think she
I do
might be
respect
getting.
that channel. I do.
Hey, well, yeah, you might respect it, but I think they say, hey, yo, they say people we get
Okay,
paid, troll farm pay us. Hey, yo, I think case by case get paid.
Polly,
Where you
I
getting
just
paid
let me
from,
get
bitch?
some words in here, okay? You know I
Peggy, because I love
let
you.
me let me talk, please, okay? Please.
I
Like,
love you,
I wanna
Peggy.
create an environment here where people can come into the chat and be comfortable of, you know, stating how they what their thoughts are or whatever not,
Hmm.
and I just if you could
Yeah,
just please,
I mean,
like, just tone it down a little bit.
that case by case bitch shouldn't be comfortable.
Okay.
It's
And
like I
you have
said.
every
I mean,
right to
if case by
feel
case
like
is listening, she's the only
Like,
one who's
yeah,
continually
no,
like,
she's
talking.
listening. Like, yo, everyone, like,
She's
stop
allowed to
fucking
think
with the.
whatever she
but I'm
And
thinks.
not
And
even talking
no
about case
yes,
by case.
and she's a family basher on top of that. Like, bro, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine being a little teenager and you drop your little sister off somewhere and she got fucking murdered, and there's people online telling you dropped her off to a slaughter. You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. Like, bro, man, fuck
Polly,
all these people, bro.
you,
I agree with you, right?
Fuck
yeah,
all these
Polly,
people,
But
you're
man.
absolutely right. And like, that's something Gross told me.
And that's
was
also
about like Prof's chat when I was like crying to him about like being bullied. He's like, listen to me, like those people are like calling Kelsey like the worst names ever. Those are the most horrible
Hell
people.
yeah, bro. There's people out here that are saying she knew what was about to happen and she drove her own little sister to a slaughter, bro. That is scumbag, dirtbag, scuzz bucket, fuckhead shit. I don't like it.
you're right. And we
It's
can't
wrong.
fight. We can't fight them, but the universe can. You gotta.
No.
Yes, the universe can. No, Bossy's right. And I wish for the universe, when I tell you motherfuckers to suck my
Uh,
dick, eat
uh,
shit, get hit by a train, get hit by a Mack truck,
yep,
I
yep,
really
yep.
wish that for all y'all, man.
I do
And
too.
these
I
are all
agree
All right.
views.
completely.
These are all views expressed by Polly, not of the channel or any other affiliates of it. So, um, but yeah, Peggy, what were you gonna say, sweets?
No, I was just saying, and I muted Polly for a moment. I'm sorry, Polly.
See,
I
she's
really
showing
am.
her
I
intelligence
know.
to everyone, and Polly knows we love him, but
Yeah,
he needs to catch his breath for a moment.
yeah. Catch your breath. I'm not. I'm not. I just, I started this. I'm I started this live, right? Talking about certain things, right? And there's a lot of, again, there's a lot of, pain and grief and, anger and all of that, and I get it. Like, everyone's entitled to have their own feelings. I just kinda just want us to have a discussion and hear each other out, and also have other people that are in the chat comfortable to coming here. It's not like my vision of this channel is to, you know,
Did
have
the
a place
defense ever
for people
once
to
say
come
though
to.
that Rick was at home during the? All they did was say he left. I don't think that they ever said that he was at home,
I
and I don't
apologize.
think that they
I
ever contested that it was his car on the camera. I do remember them contesting something about if it was the only one in the county or anything like that, but I don't think that they ever contested that it was his car.
Well, they
I know they
didn't
said that he
because
left, but I don't think that they ever said that he was at home.
they never contested it because if they did, they would have done it in the trial. Like, yo, this isn't my client's car. They never contested it. They never contested a lot of shit. If you
Well,
listen to the
also Kathy
if
Ellen
you
didn't
listen to the people
testify,
that didn't lie,
and I think it came out in some of the defense's filing. I know that's just their filings, but I think there was something mentioning that he, he was sleeping on the couch or something like that. I could be wrong,
I think that's right.
but yeah, you're right. Like,
and
it didn't
then
come up.
and
But they
that's
didn't.
fucking
They also
wild to
didn't
think.
say that on the geofence that Rick's not on the geofence. There, maybe they can't release that to the website because I'm just reading the comment that's on screen. But there was nothing stopping them from saying
But
that
bro,
he's not on.
I heard everyone's cell phone would have been in that geofence. That's how small that town is.
But you know what? On the flip side, you can
Here,
say, well, obviously there wasn't anything
Like, bro,
like
they
they
keep on
can't just
enticing
yo.
go.
him
You
Look,
know
they
what I
there
cannot,
keep
either.
on being told? They
Polly.
keep yo.
They
I
cannot,
keep I hold
Polly.
on,
They
boss.
cannot.
Oh,
No, you're gonna. No,
I'm
you hold
sorry.
on for a
You know I
second. They
love you, boss.
cannot just go and say, "Well, we're just gonna go take everyone's GPS cell phone data," because
No,
that's an invasion of
but
privacy.
you know what I keep getting told? I keep getting told, oh well, Ryan Logan's was right here, and I'm like, bro, that was his fucking house.
Right.
Like, bro, wow. Of course his shit was gonna ping right
It
there.
is
That was his
not. It is
house.
They
not accurate down to like the right pinpoint where you are standing. It's not a precise location. Plus, we're talking about 2017. What, 8 years ago?
I think that if they wanted to, though, that Ron Logan could have been a very solid alternative suspect for
Hell
them.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that they
that
could have
Absolutely.
got
that's
that
what I
nexus
always
in,
say, yo. When
but
they
they
always
didn't
say,
even try. And I think,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they say corruption, I be like, yo, they could have did it to Ron Logan, easy as fuck, bro. But they didn't do it, bro. They got who the dog. The investigation was fucked up. No one disagrees with that. There should probably be an investigation into the investigation, but they got who did it at the end. Like the end result was good in my eyes. Like what the fuck, bro? They got him. They got Richard
You know
Allen,
what
bro. He did
concerns me
that
the
shit.
most about the investigation is like I I haven't heard, and maybe I'm like maybe I just didn't come across it, but I didn't hear like the whole transparency, accountability, like, hey, we did, X, Y, and Z incorrectly, or you know what I mean? Like it's just like why
well,
if you
I don't
want to
like the
be
whole
better
that there's
and do
pressure
things
to
better in
get.
the future, I think the first part of that is to admit and be transparent about that piece. And that bothers
Well,
me.
you know what?
Not
We would
from like
all
having them
well,
admit it because of this case, but like from a long-term
yeah, but
perspective.
Peggy, we
You know
would
what I mean?
all love that. We would all love that, but it's just not gonna happen. We
Right,
we I
exactly. That's what frustrates me.
we have to deal with that they got their guy at the end, and like the investigation was fucked up. We all know that. That's what I think that the other side don't realize. Like I realize that investigation was fucked up, but at the end of the day, they got their guy. I
Right.
realize that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
And
Richard Allen
I
was bridge
agree with
guy.
you.
Okay, going back.
I'm saying too that can you see why there's people out there that don't trust
No,
the
yes I
investigation
do. Yes I do.
because of
But
that?
court,
And then you got,
well,
people like the prof and all these people that are just way,
oh no, I
right
don't see it.
field
Well, hold
who
on.
is like,
I don't
yeah,
see
All
why
right, well,
there's
going
people like
going
the
back to the
prof.
geofencing, right? And when it gets excluded, you're going to tell me that there's not some kind of motion that could have been filed by the defense being like, look, this shouldn't be excluded because there's exculpatory evidence for my client that excludes him from this, and his exclusion from this is helpful to his defense. Don't you think
Well,
that
they
there could
never
have been
did
some
that,
kind of
I
Mark.
thought
motion?
they did.
Whoa,
But
hold on.
What
what
did
I
they?
thought
No.
that there was like four. I
Yeah.
don't 4 or 3.
No,
I
they
don't know the number of
well,
unidentified
hold on.
phones on that. And if they didn't have Richard Allen's phone, they couldn't say whether that was his phone there or
Yes, but
not, right?
they didn't say that he was excluded from that. They threw other things out there, but they never said anything about that how their client was not
You
located
know
in the
damn
map.
well that if his phone was on, McClellan would not have tried to exclude that geofund. You know what I'm
Maybe,
saying?
maybe, but it can go either way. Like if you're going to argue it one way, it could be argued the way that we're arguing it.
Yeah,
what you
it's like
mean, bro?
chicken or the egg kind of.
That
What you
she's saying
mean,
that
yo?
if his phone placed him there, that
All
McClellan
right.
would have
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
him there.
that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, if your phone, all right, if you said you was on there on a stock ticker, and then why the people on that side saying, oh, well, he wasn't even there, but he told the investigators he was there on a stock ticker. So, bro, like,
I agree with you there. But at the same time, we're relying on Dan Doolin's notes
what?
that
Whoa,
have no.
Why did he keep changing his times?
And
You got one time when he called. You got another time when he actually met with Dan Doolin. Then you got another time in 2022. Like, yo, like this is why I think the motherfuckers out here that think that Richard Allen is innocent and shit. I think they're people that got cheated on by their wives and husbands, and they just fall for stupid shit because the excuse Richard Allen gave was like stupid shit.
I
Like,
think
whoa, hold on, he didn't
the
even give it.
defense should have
hold
stepped
on.
aside and let another, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta do what's best for your client. Maybe they thought that what they were
No,
doing
no,
was best for the client,
I'm
but,
talking
like,
about,
at the same time, like,
yo,
why
I'm
the
talking about,
judge
yo,
does not like them.
hold on, I'm talking about in that interrogation room.
Mm.
Like, bro, when his wife walked in, like, yo, and these defense channels, they skip right over it, bro. You could, yo, that whole exchange, you could tell there was something wrong with that, bro. And like Mark brought up, there was some fucking like 2 weeks they could have
2
talked about that
weeks.
shit, bro.
You know they talked about that shit.
Yes,
You know
like,
damn
bro,
well that she
and
was like,
she
"Hey,
could,
why the fuck do they think this is
yeah.
you?
So
Why
it's
the
like,
fuck
yo,
are they searching our house? Why do they
when
have our car?
yes,
What
yes,
happened that day?"
and
You
when
know
she
damn
comes,
well that they had that conversation. Two
yes,
weeks.
And
yes,
he was sitting there.
yo,
He was sitting there going, "Baby, you know me. You know I wouldn't do
yes,
this." The
like,
same
yo, that's
exact
dumb
things he
shit.
said in
That's
the
why I'm telling you,
interrogation.
hey, yo,
Gaslighters.
that's why I'm telling you, man. Fucking Angela, Courtney, whoever, all them other dumb bitches on that fucking side. I'm telling you, they got lied to by their husbands and all that. Because if you fall for that dumb shit, then it is what it is. Because, yo, when I saw that shit on the interrogation videos, I'm like, oh, this bull is lying about some wild shit that he did. And I'm like, yo, he had 2 fucking weeks when they first approached him about this shit. Bro, there was 2 weeks for him to talk to his wife about this shit. Never talked to her about the shit. She had to come in surprise. You never told me you were on the first trestle. He said, oh, I told you I was on the first trestle. And then, nah, here's what happens. You know I care about what people think about me.
Well, if that would have
You
happened
know
on the
I care
13th,
about me, Mark. Mark, you know I care about what people think about me.
if that would have happened on the 13th, I could maybe get
Yes.
behind what people were saying. But this happened on the 26th. And if you're going to tell me if your spouse was accused to the extent that he was and to the measures that they took, that you didn't fucking sit down and make them have a conversation, you're innocent, tell me why the fuck they think that this is you. What
No,
happened
they
that day?
all know this
And you're
shit.
going to
And
tell
I'm,
me that he told her that he was on the bridge, and then in those 13 days that just slipped out of her mind.
bro, come
I
on, man.
don't
We
think
all
it
know this.
did. And I fully believe that she is
Not
a
only that,
victim in this
hold on.
too.
Let
I
me,
do.
bossy, I love you. Let me get off real quick. Let me bring up another thing.
Oh,
Cassie,
geez.
Cassie Clendenning, I don't know how some of you feel about her, but she brought up a very good point on Fishy's Live. And I saw these pictures. Hold on, Peggy. I'm about to I'll send you these pictures of fucking um who is it? Fucking Libby's grandmom. Libby's grandmom's sister. Whatever. Libby's grandma's sister, I have the photos of her chilling in the bar, like, and Kathy Clendenning brought up a real good point. Like, yo, all them years you chill in the bar, right? And you know your homegirl's like granddaughter or whatever got brutally murdered right now right there, and you never said like, "Yo, I was there that day. I didn't see nothing, but I was there." Nah, he never brought that shit up. You see what I'm saying,
That is a good point.
Mark? You see what I'm
I
saying,
do,
Peg?
but that doesn't necessarily make you guilty.
Bro,
I get what you're
no,
saying.
no, no,
I,
no. But I'm saying, bro, like, yo, bro, like Mark, bro, if something happened to your daughter, bro, and we was in the bar drinking, I will be sitting there telling you, like, bro, I was out there that day. I saw this, this, and that. Richard Allen never did that. Him or his
I
wife,
mean, but do we
they
know for
never
a
did
fact
that.
that like he was around people having those conversations?
I know for a fact. I got
Well,
pictures.
Do
Bro,
you
I
know
got
for wait a
pictures.
minute?
I have photos
You
of it.
know for a fact that most specifically his wife did not say that to them? I mean, none of us know what was said between them over the
I
past
don't know.
during those years. That's purely assumption because you're emotional and you care, and I get that.
Yeah,
But
but bossy, but boy, what does that even mean? Yo, bossy, if you had a fucking child that died and I was in a bar drinking with you, I would be like, yo, I was there that day, but I didn't see shit.
Yeah, but
Richard Allen never
how do you
did
know
that.
though that those conversations occurred just because he was around those people? I get what you're saying, I do,
Bro,
but I
it was
can't
in a
sit here and say
bar.
I
Because it was in
definitively
a
know that
bar,
those
Mark.
conversations happened.
Bar, Mark, because it was in a bar. I have to assume they probably should have happened, but they
All right.
probably never did.
So we got HCC in here, and I just again like let's all be respectful to each other.
All right,
Just real
HCC,
quick,
man.
HCC, I do want to say I appreciate the heads up earlier. I do appreciate
Yeah, of course, man.
hello,
And I
HCC.
love you too,
Hi.
man. I said stupid shit before. I'm sorry, man.
You're all right. We all do. It's just how it is, man. You know, the Delphi case, I get disappointed about it because we'll never have the answers we all want. I mean, we're even though there was a trial, we're still piecing it all together and still arguing about the minutia of it. And it, like, at what point is it not worth your time anymore? You know, I would
All
love to
right,
know
but
why or
I
how.
one of the things HCC that I want to say that it wasn't totally like blocked off to the public. Like, yo, if anyone wanted to go there, they could have went there. I
I
mean,
agree.
Judge Gold made it hard for them to do it, but you still could have did it.
I don't think it's about. I mean, yes, there's the data from the trial. We got the reports. I watched multiple different people to get, because some people caught something, some people caught other things, some people interpreted things one way, some people interpreted things another way. And somewhere in the middle there was the truth, right? And then over time, more people talked about it and more things came out, and then exhibits are coming out and things like that. But it's still a lot of piecing together. And then when we heard that interview of the juror, they're like, oh, it was the voice. And I'm like, or it was the video. And it's like, because over the years, so many people are like, oh, the voice sounds exactly like this person, or the video looks exactly like this person. And for me, I know that I can't trust based on the video or based on the 4 words, right? It's not enough. The audio experts.
Well, hold on there, but
Hang on, Paulie. Let him
but-
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. The audio experts were like, look, there's just not a big enough sample size to determine certain things. And I realize people, one of those key phrases is like the totality of evidence. And I get that. I can see why, because I see why people just go all in on this. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's him or not. Like, maybe I'm just too deep and been around it too long to where I have so many questions that just can't be answered. There's it's
well,
impossible.
I wanted to ask your thoughts real quick, HCC.
Go for it, buddy.
In the beginning of that video, you don't even need to see how close Alan was, because I believe Alan was the bridge guy, but you could see Abby of whispering because she was with bridge guy was within earshot of her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and she says, "Is he still behind me?"
Yes.
something
So he
close to
was
that.
right there. So why were people like Bob Mata and all them lying to everyone in the public about that video or whatever? And a lot of people
I don't
were,
think HCC can really speak for Bob Mata.
oh no,
That's
oh
true.
yeah, he
But
can't, he can't.
I think depending on where you were sitting in the courtroom,
But it does.
the view of the video, I think that's where a lot of this problems come from when people are saying, "Oh, that's not the video we saw." Or
No,
we
but
saw they had to
but hold,
stabilize it, right? When it rotated, because it's
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, ATC. But here's where that argument falls apart. Abby was whispering from the in the video. You would see her whispering. So Bridge Guy was within earshot.
well, that first trestle. So camera phones,
So why was she
the
whispering?
camera, obviously she didn't want him to hear that. The
Yeah,
camera
because he was
on an
within
iPhone,
earshot.
the camera on an iPhone 6S is 35 millimeter, okay? And the human eye sees at 50 millimeter. So the distance looks different in that camera than it does to the human eye. That first trestle is
Okay.
about 60 feet away. Based on the timing from her getting to the end of the bridge, right, within that 43-second video, she was only about, what, 10 feet away
So yeah,
when
so
it
all right,
started.
so he was very. So why was he whispering?
40 feet is a
He
good
he was
distance.
he was within earshot.
Well, she wasn't looking behind her either,
She
so,
was
like,
she was
she
whispering to
probably
conceal
could
her
hear
voice.
him.
Hold on, see, no one whispers for no reason.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah.
Shit, when you see the video, when the video first starts, she's whispering because the guy is right fucking behind her.
Yeah. What does that mean to you?
Nothing. He was right behind her. That's it. And no, Bob Mata was one of the ones that was saying, "Oh, they far away." A lot of people saying, "Oh, the bridge guy was far away." He wasn't far away because we can see Abby whispering. She didn't want to hear the guy, or she didn't want the guy to hear him.
Yeah, he was
And
about 40 feet, 40 to 50 feet behind Abby.
he was within distance to where she felt she needed to
But
whisper.
but we don't know if she knows how far behind. Like, obviously,
But
she could hear him
hold on,
coming.
but
You know,
she,
like, that has
but
to echo there
hold
too.
on. But she still whispered.
But what does this matter at all? I don't understand.
I don't know what is the distance between Bridge Guy matter to the girls.
I think he was going on about something, but just let HCC's coming up here, and it's very much he's in one side, and it seems like everybody else is on the other side. So kind of let him have the floor and say what he came up here to say, without like trying to like jump at him. What about this? What about that?
I didn't jump at
I'm not saying
HCC.
just let's let him talk, please.
I think we were
I,
talking about the clarity of the video, and I think Polly was trying to make a point that
I
No,
think
I
that
was just
HCC was
saying. I
talking
was
about
just
how we
saying
have all
it
these
doesn't.
questions
It
and
doesn't
what does
matter.
any of this matter? I think that's what he was getting at. And then
I
he got
mean
bombarded with what do you think
the
about what do you think about that? So if
the
you want to
cl-
continue with what you came up here to talk about instead of going on a million different tangents.
I just wanted to make one point. I don't think the clarity matters when you see Abby at the very beginning of the end of the video whispering. So the guy is within earshot, and she's trying to conceal her voice.
so when you're out there physically, earshot can be pretty far.
So how
because
far do you think she was away?
I think she was 10 to 20 feet away from the end of the bridge where Libby
That's
was
not
standing.
far, bro. That's
And
terrifying. That's terrifying, bro. That's not far at all.
bridge guy was 40 feet behind her. Because that trestle is about, or that platform is about 60 feet from the end of the bridge.
Bro, 40 feet, I wouldn't try to hide my whisper. That's all I'm
Is your
saying.
house 40 feet wide?
Mm, you know what? Maybe I live in a row home in Philly. It might be about 40 feet wide. I'm looking right now. HCC got me looking. Oh, shit.
I think what HCC is saying is that 40 feet really isn't that
Nah,
far.
It's
that's what, but that's the same
I mean,
point
we're
I'm
talking
trying to
about like
make.
a total span of 60 feet, like
Oh, hold
10 to
on.
15
All
from
right.
the edge and
Can
40
can
behind
I
that.
Can I ask you a question, ACC? What what would what would Richard Allen being further from the girls accomplish? Like, if you could prove that he was further away from them, what would that accomplish?
I don't think that would matter at all. I don't. Whoever that person is on the bridge, you think it's Richard Allen? I, I don't know.
I
It's possible. I mean, he got convicted for it, so then that's who abducted and murdered them, most likely, right? I mean, there's
mean
no.
that's what I believe from the trial.
I saw something in was it Teresa Liebert's testimony about seeing a guy and her drawing based on it, but she said she saw a guy and said he had like a white beard, but it's not in her drawing, which I thought was weird. Um, she saw him earlier in the day, like walking around. I don't know. This whole case is very strange, and the eyewitnesses are
Was it
very strange to me.
was that presented at trial?
I wasn't there. I think it. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. That's what I'm waiting on. Like, I'm waiting on everything, and
A lot of
I'm
stuff.
just
Me too. Yeah, I would love. Why can't he's convicted? Why can't they just actually send everything to people who request it? I don't care who gets it. Like,
I'm just disappointed at the things that we kind of heard, like coming out at trial. Like, I know me for myself, I gave everybody views. I went on all my devices. I went on everyone's YouTube pages. I clicked play, and I would put my devices to the sides. I gave everyone views, and I know there was one side that just was blatantly lying, bro. You
what?
have to
So the people that.
come on, man. You have to,
What are you trying to
bro.
prove here? What's happening? I actually came on this show to
No,
talk
no,
about
no, no, no,
the
Yeah, yeah,
drama.
we're gonna talk.
no, 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 no. Hold on. No, no. He has a point. Nah, I'm not trying to put you on the spot for that. All right,
It's okay.
so let me rephrase it. There's a very big portion of people that showed up to that fucking trial, bro, and lied about the shit that they saw, bro. And you know it's fucking true. You know they came out that courthouse and they lied about what the fuck they saw, bro.
Give me
For
something
fucking
specific.
Bob Mata talking about Bridge guy was fucking far away, bro. When we know not only did we have to fucking see it, dude, all you have to do is to be someone with common sense to see Abby whispering at the beginning of that video because of the guy was within earshot. That means that he was within feet of her, bro. Like,
Okay,
bro,
but
and Bob Mata just lied about it. Like, just straight up lied about it, bro.
okay,
Like,
wait.
bro, and
Was he insinuating that he was like 300 feet
I don't,
away?
I don't
Or
know what the fuck he was insinuating because, like, bro, I'm just saying, bro.
what's fucking happening here? I,
Look, all
I
right.
don't give a shit
Okay,
about
what
Bob
did you
Mata.
come up here? Thank you for coming, HCC. Is there
Yeah.
something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about Alex and this situation and like so
Well, hold on. I can talk about Alex before y'all talk, and I'll get
No,
off.
it's
Let me
no,
Let's
hold
no,
on.
listen
no,
first.
no. Mute,
Hold
mute,
on.
mute,
Let
mute,
me get.
actually
mute him for a moment, please. I love you,
Okay, yeah,
Polly, but
you're
you need to
muted.
take
Let me
another
just
breath. I can't believe you
okay.
still have air in your lungs.
I'll bring you back up, Polly, but let's have HCC speak.
so, sorry.
Alex.
Never a dull moment. No, so when Alex first came on the scene, he's like, I got Kegan Klein's passwords and sent it to him. And then I messaged him and I was like, hey man, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, I used dehashed.
Hash.
Yeah. And it's a cool site. It's just breach data collected and then they charge you money to look at it. And is it ethical? No. Is it illegal? No. But you can actually just spend $5, go on that website, and then delete all of your own stuff that's on that website. But he found some old passwords from breach data of Kegan Klein's. He turned it over to law enforcement, and then went on this parade like he solved the fucking, like he caught Richard Allen, and then his behavior became erratic, and he really wanted. He really thought he solved this case, and then now he doesn't think Richard Allen is guilty, and he's convinced Adrian. Who the fuck knows? But it turned really, really weird, and Alex had friends. Like I talked to him, it was normal for a long time, and then out of the blue, I'm suddenly some leader of some bullshit like underground criminal network. It's like, I wish, dude. I need to pay off my school debts. I school loans I need to pay off. Please. Like, I wish I was King Joffrey of Don Toretti's secret gang or something. And I had never actually spoken to Don at all until Alex started making these claims. And at first it's amusing. You're like, what the fuck is this? Because he was doing drugs and drinking heavily and saying this shit. So it didn't have it didn't mean anything forever because he lives with his mom. He works at a grocery store. He spends his grocery money on drugs and alcohol, whatever.
Still?
Oh yeah. I mean, unless his mom's
I couldn't resist.
his mom probably gives him an allowance, right? I mean, here's your drug money, Alex. Be good. Don't get in too much trouble.
It's
And what's
probably
up
his
with
lunch. It's probably his lunch money that he's spending on his recreational things, like the
who's
bad
that
acid trip he's
teenage
still
child?
on.
Yeah. I love you, sweetie. Take care. Oh, sorry. But he's very, very good at manipulating people. And like he'll be like telling a girl one thing while hitting on another girl. And when I talked to him, like he was dating a girl and said she was like crazy jealous, and that's why he couldn't go on Kristen Behind the Crime Doors show anymore and things like this. And I was like, oh, that seems odd. But then he like went on to Sonny's channel and was like saying that he was a psychic detective while he's on mushrooms. He had these hallucinations, and that's how he got the answer for like that it's criminal underground or whatever. And they're all just staring
What?
at him like with
When
horrified
was
faces.
when was this? I'm
This
asking
was
for
like
a friend.
2 years ago.
Okay. Psychic, huh?
He's been at this for 2 years. And then anyone that he's ever interacted with, it doesn't matter if you're mean to him or say anything bad, even if you're nice to him, he just like folds you into his weird fantasy at some point. So literally, Adrian, soon enough, she will be part of this. There will be a file folder on her in his archive. It's just how it is. And then I feel bad for Adrian. Like, I defended her forever. I was like, oh, she just is coming out of a bad marriage. And, the first guy that gave her attention was Alex. And
Well, I really didn't even know her that well. And then when, actually, it was the prof that was horrible to her at first. And I kind of reached out to her, and then next thing I know, like, I didn't speak to her for a long time, and next thing I know, she's tagging me in some post. Oh, geez, whatever. People try to stay relevant in this community so bad. It's very obvious.
I saw Laura Vasilik in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
And
hey, I'm right here. What do you have to say?
You were feeding the prof like private information about me.
Oh, was
and,
I?
Yeah, because he put it
Sir?
into the public. The stuff that I confronted you
About
about it.
2.5 to 3 years ago, sir.
Well, that's when you gave it to Prof. You were sending stuff to Harshman, and
Okay.
like,
so if
you were so stuck on Greeno being bridge guy or involved with all of this, and you were so afraid of him, why did it change to me? Like, why is your fantasy changed to this?
Oh, it's my fantasy, my hybristophilia. This is a great question. Grismatically stay on. All right, let's go. So,
oh my God, what is going on?
Yeah, get ready, Mark.
I thought you were my friend, but the entire time you were like taking weird screenshots and saying I was like involved. Like, it was really, really strange, and you were giving out information that you weren't supposed to. Like,
why wasn't I?
I mean,
because
you went and got Greeno's computers.
No,
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Oh, well, who broke into the password?
You did.
Okay. I totally fucked up because I did not want this shit.
No, but
like this
see, you want to take this here now.
And then there was literally nothing. There was literally nothing on his computers of any kind, but you like couldn't let go some weird cross picture and some you thought he was involved in some porno company because somebody had like I would try to talk you down, but then because I didn't believe what you were saying, then you folded me into this. And I don't understand. Maybe you've changed your mind about things, and that's great if you have.
Right? But maybe also, like, I also had some suspicions about Captain Howdy, and then I'm sorry, look what happens.
That's fine. That's a false equivalency.
Did you also send some things about being this guy Redfoot or something like that?
Was that in the knot?
Oh no, that was Mel's tip. It was not me, Mark.
Oh, because there was a comment inside of that Nazi Brandon Woodhouse's video that said Redfoot or whatever. And it was like, the comment was like, this is insane. What the fuck is wrong with you? Or something like that.
I'm not Redfoot.
You don't have to be anybody. It's okay. the knot cracks me up. Let's talk about that a minute. This is fun. The knot was just an open public
Can I just interject for
Discord.
just a second? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Of
interrupt you,
course.
but I just want to read one of the comments from Peggy's chat, and it's one of my favorite YouTubers, Cindy Lean. She says, two things can be true. We can all be good people and do things that aren't right, not knowing each other on personal levels. And that's really true. Before Richard Allen's arrest, I mean, like, I felt like we were all kind of a little bit more on the same page. Not that we all still wanted justice for the families and the girls. It just went chaotic.
I agree, Cindy Lee. That's what I want to know is where HTC, are you still 100% Richard Allen, like free Richard Allen movement? Are you in that? That's what
was I ever?
No,
and what does it matter?
Well, I guess that's the question that Cindy wants to ask.
This isn't what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, we were talking about Alex, just trying to get back on track here. I think maybe this should be like a conversation that,
Well, I don't want to have it about Alex, but so I will leave.
Just go watch my channel. Then that'll answer. I don't want to repeat myself forever. Okay? The trial's over. What are you all still doing here?
What are you still what are
I'm
you
not
still doing with the
the intent of this live stream, was
you have
to
stopped
talk about
Laura.
manipulation and all that.
Well, I was bringing things up in terms of, well, if all this stuff exists and there's a website that's devoted solely to the purpose
Mark,
of proving
I find
somebody's
your
innocence.
insights useful. I do. And you have great questions. Does the website even matter, though? Like, sure, the lawyers pussed out, it seems like. They were trying, the verbiage is that they were trying to protect their other clients that they were, because they had to go before Judge Gull and stuff like that. So
it's understandable.
Lawyers are the scum of the fucking earth. I don't care what lawyer there is. Nobody becomes a lawyer. It's extremely rare that somebody becomes a lawyer because they want to help people. It's extraordinarily rare. But then they get stuck as either defense or prosecution, and then they have to go defense or prosecute. Like, I don't trust lawyers ever. I don't trust cops. I don't trust politicians or any of that shit. To be honest, I just don't, because there's just too many motives. But it doesn't mean I couldn't or I won't based on the individual, but in general.
But with your statement, doesn't it to me, and I don't mean it rudely, it sounds
my
you're more
statement is I don't know the truth.
No. Well, I meant the one that you just made about like politicians and law enforcement and lawyers. And you said that you're going to base it off the individual, for the most part, but you don't like those groups in general. But aren't you basing it off of the bad experiences versus the better ones?
Because most good people don't seek positions of power, right? There's
I don't know. I think that might be opinion.
There are good people in all of those professions I mentioned. There are who do good things, but do they allow bad things to happen to other people? Is that okay? Do they look the other way when one of their brothers in blue, do something wrong? Is that morally correct? I'm just saying,
but
most good people who want to contribute to society don't become cops and lawyers and judges. And I mean, maybe they start out like that. That's possible. But see,
in this day and age, people are doing that on their own. People turn a blind eye to what suits them best, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
mean, you can apply that to any situation. So that I don't know. I just don't. I choose to see the good in people until they give me a reason not to. And I do think that there's good lawyers and law enforcement and teachers
So what do you think
everything
about
out
Bob
there.
Motta then? Tell me about Bob Motta from your perspective.
Okay. Um, I don't watch him very much, but I will tell you that I watch a lot of like forensics, things on YouTube. And I did get woken up one night and heard the name Bob and Ali Mata on a case that they represented another man that was obviously guilty of murder, and they drained that family's savings account and then took themselves off the case. To me, that's a piece of shit, people.
Now, what do you think of McLeland?
I really don't know very much about him either, to be honest. The only thing I know about in person, I just know what I observed of Bob Motta and his behavior in the courtroom. McLeland, Rosie, Baldwin, Auger, all of that. I mean, I didn't go every single day, but I went enough to get the feel of the environment and things like that. So I think he's a good prosecutor, but
I will
that
say
doesn't.
this: when I tried to make my side of the story heard about things, McClelland listened, and then he didn't want to hear it.
Does that make him corrupt or actually doing his like job for the gag order? I mean,
And therein lies the crux. You ever read the Stanford research prison experiment?
Yeah.
Dug into that a bit?
Front and back.
It's like psychology 101. When you hold a job, you act in accordance with that job. So if you are given that kind of power, then you act with that kind of power.
Well, that's a research experiment, but that does not apply to every situation that could possibly happen.
Of course, generalities are rarely 100% black and white. Actually, literally probably nothing is 100% black and white.
So let's talk about hybristophilia. So that was something that you studied a lot. And what about hybristophilia, of all the people that are just gung-ho about Richard Allen and like, he's so amazing, he's so sweet, we got to,
But are they saying they want to have sex with him?
No, but they
Right.
That's hybristophilia.
They want to take him home. He's so cute. He's innocent. He's real rude.
There's active and passive, actually. Do they want to commit crimes with him?
This is going to be one hell of a replay.
That's not the psychology. The psychology is with hybristophilia, like what is the obsession with him? And
hybristophilia is a sexual attraction to people who commit crimes.
There are a lot of those in this community too,
who are already in lockdown, not separate from people who commit crimes, but it's not even sexual attraction. Who are people that are just? But I mean, how are we making a?
Why are you bringing up hybristophilia? What does this have to do with anything?
I watched you back in the day, and I thought you were a psychologist because you definitely had really good.
No, I'm a person who has an interest in psychology.
Okay. Well,
and there was a case I covered where a woman was a hybristophiliac, and it's a fascinating. And then there's a book called How to Solve Cold Cases, and he discusses in that book. First, he's like, one of my favorite things about that book is he starts off like, first you have to believe that you can actually are smarter than all the police and law enforcement, and that you can deduce things that the police can't. And it's just hilarious. He kind of roasts everybody.
I like that.
And then he talks about hybristophilia and why there is such a large interest in true crime. A lot of it really boils down to victimization. It's like, how do I avoid victimization? But it's not always possible. Like with Captain Howdy, you know, the person I've been grieving didn't really exist. And there were red flags, especially in the very beginning. But the little, it's, you know, I didn't fucking know. I didn't know what was coming. There was always a story. He was extraordinarily intelligent. He was legitimately, actually on chess.com, he had a 2200 score in rapid chess, which is grandmaster territory. That's real. You can't fake that. They can tell if you cheat. They will block you forever. And I played him, and he would humiliate me. And I'm a good chess player. But that level of intelligence, even with schizoaffective disorder, he was a master manipulator, and it's going to take me a lifetime to figure this out, right? Like, there's the person he presented as, and then there's the actions that he took. And all I knew when I first went on to talk about what happened, like, I only knew his side of the story, which ended up all being complete bullshit. And then I was able to talk to actual people close to him and Amanda and the family. And then things started making sense.
And you guys were longtime friends, and
for 4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
it started with yeah, by the way, Laura, I did not murder Bruiser, and neither did Greeno. Bruiser died of complications.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to bother the family. That seems psychotic to do such a thing. I don't have the answers. I don't know. It was sudden. It was tragic. He and I, we warred because of Greeno, actually, and I saw the emails thanks to you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Same as
and
so, you know, you're still looking out for that one. So keep going.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You're gonna play this game, let's go. So just keep going. I'm just trying to be nice to you, but
are we trying to be transparent or what? I mean, you gave the prof my personal information, along with, you are basically Alex, but just a slight. I actually think Alex got a lot of his theories from you, to be honest.
All right, you know what? No, actually, what happened was Tara and I were really good friends. Tara, and it said she had heard that you know this, that your mother was Sue Wright, and so I proved
she's not.
I proved
we're not related at all.
You know that exactly. I proved that your mother's not Sue Wright.
He's actually the heir to the Wright brothers' fortune.
Well, the whole point then.
That's right.
This is like years ago.
So let's talk about that for a second, because this is really interesting. When German immigrants were coming across in the 1850s, they were faced with a lot of xenophobia. So they would change their names so that they weren't automatically cause problems. So my original family name is Strom, and they changed it to Wright, which originally meant woodworker, but later there were like millwrights and cartwrights and things like that. And that's why there's so many people with the last name Wright. Actually, there are 3 other people in this town named James Wright in Lafayette alone. It's a very, very common name. And you actually, with Tara, you ran a background check on me, and you said I was a terrorist or something like that.
Okay. Actually, I won't interrupt. Sorry, keep going.
Or Tara said that. Either way. Very fascinating to learn that about myself.
Okay, so
I learned a lot about myself too in this community.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Because Truth Finder is truth, right?
But I did that in the sense of trying to prove that that your mother was not Sue Wright. So that was years ago. So that that
Well,
was
you
it.
know what else? You know what else was years ago? The Knot and Ivy League. But people still love to talk about that. And what's fascinating to me about that is, look,
What's
when a
Ivy?
friend,
I don't even know what. It's not.
friends are allowed to vent about other friends. That's reality, especially in private conversations that they didn't know that other people are going to blast all over the internet. And it's fine.
How is that
Like,
different than
I
what
don't give a shit.
you've been saying about me?
I'm only telling the truth about you. It's
About
just whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Bossy, Bossy step in here?
Why is
Okay.
Bossy stepping in?
Okay, what am I supposed to be stepping in on? I'm sorry.
Just real quick. She says it's the 34th most popular name in the U.S. I'm curious, what's number one?
Smith, I think.
You think? Probably.
I thought it was Doe.
How did I dox you or whatever when I was just trying to show somebody that your mother was not Sue Wright? Okay, way back when, and from then on, I don't know who did shit with shit.
You should go. Everybody, go back and scroll back on the prof's page. He put it on there, and it's a message from Laura. It's a message from Laura to Detective Harshman, like saying I'm part of some crazy conspiracy. And then the prof blasted it. That was on him. He shouldn't have done that as well, but neither should have you.
And there lies the problem, because I don't remember any of these issues prior to him starting to post and dox people almost 2 years ago to the day. Maybe it was just in communities that I wasn't in and I wasn't aware of it.
To trust people, to have private conversations. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we should be able to.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. We had private conversations. So what's the problem?
So when you played me that audio of Greeno saying you're about to experience a series of unfortunate events, and then I see Noe talking about it. I mean, you were so scared of Greeno, but then you're like sending Greeno stuff, his own stuff back to him and things like that. And you're like friends with Greeno again during the trial. And like, what is happening? What was that all about?
That's it. Okay, that's a good question. Like, that's a really good thought, because that was, who was saying that? Prof and Noe.
I mean, you said that. I recorded our conversation of you playing that tape because you recorded every conversation we ever had.
No, I fucking didn't.
Yes, you did. I know you did, because you said you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, that's good. I didn't. Not everyone. But I wanted to be able to listen to Greeno saying that to you. And that's the only reason. But it was real. And you jumped out you jumped over the balcony and you ran to your neighbor.
Oh, wait. So are you saying that because I remember saying for victims advocates, if you want to hear this, and
when did I say I'm a victim advocate?
I said for anybody who wants to hear this, if you want to hear it, you are saying right now that you will never share it. That'd be terrible if you shared it. And
I've never shared it. I never will.
Great. Thank you. Good. Let's everybody.
But you sure passed it around. And why?
No, No, I didn't. And
then how did Noe know about it?
He doesn't, because he heard about it. But could he put it out there? What is wrong with you? Like,
I didn't. I mean, Noe put it out there.
He didn't put it out there. He couldn't put it out there. So these people are victimizing me over and over and over again. And you think that's like something that you guys need to point to me for?
But why did you share those intimate details that I was included in to the prof of all people? How could you not see straight through that guy?
Well,
Why
Don,
is anyone sharing anything with the prof? And how could
that's the one.
anyone have shared a bed
No,
with him twice?
full
Ew.
up here, because what do you mean? I mean, it was years upon years upon years ago, and I was he at my lowest low. Like, I don't even. But yeah, so I mean, sure, I shared with one person. I didn't know that he was going to be who he is now.
Why were you bothering Harshman with things that weren't true about me?
Because why were you so intent on getting Greeno's computer and mining me for so much data, and then
You did all that. I helped you
Oh.
because I felt bad for you,
That's
because
a cute way to say it.
he is a danger to women.
Okay, that's a cute way to look at it. You could say that.
I mean, you're allowed to twist it however you want, but
No,
I can only
well,
I can only say what I know.
no, okay. So then, well, why did you lie about the picture? Which you know what? Let's not even do this.
The
HTC,
what?
forget it. Forget, like, we don't need.
I have a question. Can
See,
this maybe just be a new like starting point for
yes.
both of you? I
Yeah, we
mean,
can get back. Oh, no, thank you.
I
That's
know
very kind of you,
I don't
though.
mean as in you have to be friends or buddies and going
I
out
had to
bowling
block her
together.
everywhere. I had to
I get
block her
that.
everywhere, and she would call me from anonymous numbers and leave
Me?
messages, even after
Are you talking about me?
all of this stuff.
I just mean
Yes.
like from
Well,
this day forward or this
well,
point forward, could you guys like maybe just leave each other alone?
That'd be
Peggy,
amazing.
Peggy, just doing a buddy check, making sure you're still there.
I'm
that's
here.
cute.
Okay.
I'm here.
That's
This
adorable.
is the fascinating content everyone wants, right?
I mean,
No, I know. It was not like that.
This is-
No,
But
no.
I
this
think
community is so strange, and you can't just exist in it without being turned into some kind of villain by at least a few people, no matter who you are, no matter what you do.
I agree. I agree. And that's
thank
not a
you.
dig at anyone.
Thank
I've
you,
done things
doctor.
that I'm not, proud of. It's like a cesspool of like drama and yeah.
but here we
I
all
mean,
are, though. You know.
sir, of course, of course. See, and it fascinates me the most, this aspect of true crime, to be honest, because there are real, like, true crime criminals that come into these cases and like wreak absolute havoc. And when it's fascinating until it happens to you, and then you're like, what the fuck? But it happens over and over and over. People will try to get your name, your family's names, pictures of my family. My children have been passed all around. My address is in a file, in a folder on multiple websites that Alex Voorhees authored and Adrian has promoted, aided and abetted Alex. Like, they really want harm to come to me. And while I own that house, I don't live there. And I have cameras there, so please come on over and be stupid if you want.
Ethan, I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I mean,
I
the
victimize you at all.
same goes though. Like you definitely have friends who have the files been passed around about me with pictures of my children, my address, my phone number, my parents' name, my father's occupation, his office number. So it's both sides.
I have not seen that, but I agree that's not okay.
No, he's drove by my house and recorded it and put my address and my name and my location, and it's still up on Four Pits' page.
I'm sorry. Noe, what I think happens is people come into this community, they get warned, like, hey, this shit's crazy. Don't become a creator. And you're like, oh, it'll be all right. I know. I've seen it happen. And then it happens to you, and then people don't exactly know how to react. And then it manifests in strange ways. I don't think Noe should be Like, he definitely drives around and stalks people, and it's strange. And it's wrong. He's not gonna harm anyone, but it's nobody wants to turn around and there's
It's
Noe, though,
easy to
right?
say, look, it's easy to say he's not
Except
going
for
to
Debbie
harm
will.
anyone when you're a man and you live how far away? Like, that's
No, that's a good
rhetorical.
point. That's a really good
I
point.
live 15 minutes away from him and he actively hunts me down. Come on, Noe, I'm waiting for you because I got something special for you when you pull up on me. And and that's not a threat
Actually,
because I'll
why has
follow
he been
through
so
with it.
quiet lately?
Oh, probably because he's a fucking criminal. He
True.
knows he don't want to. He want to make sure that he gotta stay quiet now because he's going to court. He got to pretend. He got to put his Sunday saint face on. But that's all right because I think I might actually attend this next court hearing. So bring your cameras, bring whatever you want. But I'm gonna be there for this one, Noe. Prof. Send whoever you want. I done wiped my background clean off the internet on my criminalness that y'all claimed 20 years ago before I ever started and got on YouTube, but they make up stupid shit. I mean, Prof, Noe, and Four Pits share one brain cell. And Prof obviously has it right now because he's the one that's been loud. They have nothing better to do. They have no lives in real life. They have no
Right.
friends. Their life is online 24/7. And it's sad. It's sad for that little boy. And I'll say it. I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. Because as someone who raised 4 kids for the most part on her own, that's the reason I can be online whenever I want to now. And I'm still not. I still have a real, actual life. But when my kids were under my home and in my care, they got my undivided attention until they were in bed. Then maybe I might have
Yeah.
an hour to myself before I had to go to bed, get up and get back up early in the morning, get them ready for school, get myself ready, go off to work, come home, rinse, repeat every day. So I never got online and begged for money. I didn't dox people. I didn't send people to court hearings to take pictures of other people. All that nonsense. So grow the fuck up.
Yeah, nobody deserves any of this. You know, and like, I've been during the pandemic. So a lot of people came to this case during the pandemic, and then not much else was going on, couldn't leave your house or whatever. And we would research that entire town like hardcore, and the connections and, you know, family trees and shit. And like, if you do something in private, in a private group, is it as bad as if you do it, like, go on your channel and like, you did it, blah blah blah? Maybe, yeah, probably, honestly. But like, with all the tools of the internet these days and things like that, it's hard to. I don't know. I don't know the right answer. I actually haven't made a video or really a peep in months and months, and then I just keep getting dragged back in. Like, I'm busy. I have stuff to do, and you just keep getting dragged back in. And then, you know, like, after a while, I'm just like, I need to respond. I'm gonna make fun of some people because this is dumb.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
the
like
beans
with the
are all
exhibits coming out, though, like with as much as you've had vested in this, as many lives that you've done, didn't you kind of feel the itch to kind of come back and at least talk about those?
I've been waiting for them all to come out. You know, I would say All Eyes is like documenting as the best documentation, like keeping it in order, because all my shit's just like randomly in my downloads folder or on a backup server or some shit. Like, nothing is organized. And I do catch some of the, like, I haven't watched the interrogation yet. I need to, but I've listened to what other people have said, little snippets. I don't have like long periods of time, uh, generally. I there, like, look, I if I'm honest with myself, I'm like glitching because it's hard to explain. I'm too invested to really let it click, perhaps. The people who think he's guilty, I understand why you think he's guilty. But I can argue myself with it. I actually did a thing, like an experiment, where I was like, I want to be done with this case. I want to force myself to believe Richard Allen is guilty, and did this so that I can move on with my life, because I have other stuff I want to do. And little things would just come back and eat at me. And you know, I have to just accept that we're not actually going to get real answers. There's evidence, there's that totality of evidence is loose to me. Some people see it clear as day, some people see it clear as day that it doesn't tie to him. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me for a number of reasons. But I also said early on that the motive would only make sense to the killer themselves. And in a small town, a local, someone who knew the area.
Isn't that true for most
Well, hold on.
times,
So
though?
what's missing for you then?
I mean, like you were talking about the geolocation data. Where the fuck is that?
Yeah.
The DNA, I know DNA doesn't get left all the time. Fingerprints don't get left all the time, but there's still rumors that some of that stuff was lost during the investigation. Like there was that evidence.
But if it was lost, like how can you say, okay, it's lost, but say it was lost and it could have pointed towards Richard Allen then, if you're going to play the what game?
Then I would clearly, like, there just hasn't been a single thing that said, where I sat back and said, oh fuck, it's Richard Allen. You know what, when the video, the 43 seconds came out, and when the interrogation I could hear his voice and things, I talk myself, like, I hit these points where I'm like, yeah, it looks like him with the beard and the white thing. But I spent too many years of seeing people and myself being like, that looks just like either Ron Logan, or that looks just like this or that. Why didn't they do like good height analysis? Or there's a number of things the defense just didn't do. Like, it's really bad. And I don't know.
So
there's
then
just
let me ask you
missing
this.
data.
Do you think that they railroaded an innocent person, or do you think that the investigation?
See, I don't
They railroaded an innocent person, or do you think that the investigators truly believe that this person's guilty and they're just wrong?
I personally do not think that they chose someone to frame. I think they pieced it together, what and presented it as such.
So if they didn't intentionally choose somebody to frame, then isn't there enough for him to be brought into the conversation then?
Who, Richard Allen?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've never been, he's 100% innocent, because we just never had all the data. But law enforcement doesn't have all the data either. They never did either. But they also didn't do their due diligence in quite a number of ways to get all the data. There have been a lot of this logic of, oh, he confessed 61 times or whatever. Like, that's not sound logic, because there were other people who confessed multiple times.
One time, and then there was, I can explain away Elvis feels, and I think you might understand this, Leon, if you want me to tell you.
I'm sorry, I
go for it.
Okay, so when I saw the it was in the 3-day hearing or something, and they took a buccal swab, which I don't even know quite what a buccal swab is.
A
But
buccal swab?
He was clear that, when I did 23andMe, I had to spit so much into a little tube that it was like, this is a lot of spit. So after that, and that is what the person testified to. He's like, well, here's where I went and did this, and then they took a buccal swab. So then if somebody does have a low IQ, which he probably did,
I don't think so.
Well, they say he has the mentality of an 8th grader, Elvis Fields.
Who said that?
It was in the Frank's memorandum.
You ever met? Well, I have problems with the Frank's memorandum too.
Oh,
but,
good.
It doesn't. Again, it's.
No, I think you're smart. Let's do.
That man can fix small engines. Okay, can you fix a small engine?
Well, no, but I do study IQ, so there's different. It's not just one IQ and it's flat. Like there's completely different.
IQ is mostly based on pattern recognition.
No, it's not. No, I actually have a degree in that, so it's not. And you actually can't take online IQ tests, and it's not accurate. But
I know that.
I do know you're smart, but
real IQ tests are a combination of memory, knowledge of facts, like American history, things like that.
No, fluid reasoning, crystallized reasoning, phonological processing, long-term retrieval. So, but so he might have had but these people can these people. I'm gonna say that they're still they often have very high short-term memory and they can remember a lot of numbers in their head and repeat it back to you, and they have a lot of processing speed. So for him it was like, if he was very low, he just did a buccal swab, and then the police officer walked away, and he's like, well, what would he be concerned about? Well, okay, well, am I going to be in trouble? Who does not pass a cop on the road and doesn't look around and be like, if they're even doing nothing wrong, be like, I'm doing nothing wrong. I do. So I'm sure he was like, well, then do you think they found spit on the girls? Because there was no spit found on the girls. So that was his big.
But did they even look for it though?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
With all the swabs, of course. Who would know?
So there was male DNA found on parts of their bodies, but they never tested it, right?
That Mark, anybody else step in? That's where I'm not the.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got talking about Elvis Fields when I was just trying to say that he didn't think that he wasn't, just randomly picked and be like, okay, it's this guy. Like they looked through things and they reverse engineered and they went that way. So you had agreed that there was enough to bring him to the conversation. Now with everything else that they presented.
I think he was their best shot at a conviction.
But why was there such a press for a conviction? Like, look at all the other high-profile cases that there haven't been convictions that are still unsolved.
In Indiana?
Why does it have to just be Indiana, though?
Well, why does Florida have no attention from the state?
I can't answer that.
I know why.
Well, I have an idea why.
They're 4 children, little girls, and they deserve every bit of attention that the Delphi case got.
I'm not.
But there hasn't been any.
So did Karina McClurkin's case from Kokomo.
Amen.
He disappeared before any of this happened. And
Absolutely.
Jerry McClurkin, pretty much on her own, and some of her friends, a woman named Andrea, they went out and they are the ones who searched for her until Detective Rude came along and got the case reopened. So
Jerry would stand outside the police department with a sign.
Well, unfortunately,
like weekly.
Unfortunately, a friend of mine messaged me and said that Jerry is still standing outside the courthouse with a sign
Oh,
protesting
yeah.
the officers that were involved in the case to begin with. So my
I
heart still
wish,
goes out to them.
yeah, same. I wish I would have had more time to listen to Marv's coverage. Why did they not convict Farmer?
Basically, because they could not prove a cause of death because there was no DNA to test. She was skeletal. She was, a skeleton when they recovered her 6 years later.
What did they have to arrest him on, though?
The neighbors. So basically, two of his the neighbors that live next door to him, the Wheelers, that heard like some of the sounds, along with another couple that was there with them. They all moved into an apartment together. So Farmer and this couple, and then they served a warrant on that apartment for drugs, or I'm not sure what, but they found drugs there. And then the husband and wife went and said, look, if you give us immunity, then we will tell you where Karina's body is, because the husband is the one that buried the body. So basically, it happened at Farmer's place. The next morning, he took Karina's body next door to the Wheelers when they were still neighbors in an apartment. They each had a downstairs apartment in a house. There was an apartment upstairs also. And so when he went over and did that, nobody called 911. Husband was at work. He comes home. Farmer and the wife are already wrapping Karina's poor body in contractor bags, and he helped them finish that and then rolled her body up in a rug, put her in the shed till the next morning, and then brought her over here to Miami County and dug a shallow grave and put her in it.
Is he being charged at all? The
No,
Wheelers?
no, they both have immunity in the case for their testimony.
Oh my God.
So nobody is held accountable for that.
Well, didn't they hit him with some charges after he got acquitted, though?
Yeah,
For obstructing justice.
yeah, like 6 counts of that. But I mean, that doesn't carry me. The maximum charge on that is 2.5 years. So per count. So it's nothing.
And you
It's
brought
sad.
up that they brought up that online sleuths really hindered the case being solved, right?
Yeah, correct. And they mentioned Michael Phillips, that Hunting Evil True Crime,
Oh.
specifically.
Did he really see her?
No, no, he
Oh,
did
wow.
not.
See,
And in
that's what I
fact,
thought.
here's an interesting fact. In fact, and I'm sure many in this community remember when he was saying he was living in a tent and he's got his guns and this and that. Well, he was living in a tent in Flint Farmer's sister's backyard while he's putting all this information out.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember when the Midnight Rider came around and KMS, right? Anybody remember that? That was Michael.
Yep.
Mm. So yeah, they created enough doubt, I think, in jurors' minds, because they had, and granted, the people that were testifying, a lot of them are sober now, so the jury could take into account also what their recollection was back in the day. So it's just, you just never know how, a jury's gonna go. They heard 3 different testimonies, plus we heard phone calls between Farmer and his sister where he was like, yeah, it happened at my place, it was an accident, something along those lines. But he said it was an accident 3 different times, but they still found him not guilty on both charges.
Jeez.
It's crappy.
Was
And
it?
the great thing is he's walking free in our community now. So lock up your little kids.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
guy's
I didn't mean to
Facebook page
derail
was
it with
like,
that, but there's so many cases like that that are within a small, proximity. That doesn't mean
Mhm.
that any or all of them are connected in any way, but a lot of the Delphi community wanted to make connection, like even with the Jordan Sofer case and things like that. But I think if people were to just look at cases in close to your own communities, you're going to see Indiana is not some anomaly. Okay. It's like this everywhere.
right.
So yeah. But yeah, I do advocate for the floor war girls some. I try to spread the word. I do that a lot of word of mouth. And same for Tabby's case that Marv also covers. Out of Tipton, Indiana. It's been like 23 years. And her family hasn't gotten justice either. So yeah, my family's just always with my thoughts are always just with the families, you know.
Do you think Flora will ever be solved?
I hope it will. I know that there are some good people that are looking into that case and really advocating for it right now. And I think that makes a huge difference because the more eyes and ears that you get on a case, provided everyone has good intentions, then it can make results happen. I absolutely believe that. I spoke to Detective Rude, who was on Karina's case, and he testified and he said that it was marked as a closed cold case. But when he came out of the police station one day, I believe he saw Jerry standing on the corner or sitting on a bench, and he sat down and talked to her for 45 minutes about Karina and everything that was going on. And she had no idea that he was a police officer. And then he got with people that he networked with and got assigned to the case and got it reopened. So I do believe that advocating goes, like, it makes a huge difference. So I honestly think it's solvable. I don't know anything about it other than the basics. I have not you know, read over files or anything like that or done my own deep dive into it, but that doesn't mean that I don't hope that it gets solved.
Right.
What about you? Do you think it's solvable?
I do. I don't know who it is. There's several theories. Um, and if it does revolve around like money or racism, it's going to be really tough.
I would agree with that. Anyone else want to chime in on it? Oh, it might just be the two of us.
No, not.
Oh, hey, welcome
No,
back.
we just. Yeah, I'm here.
Buddy,
And yeah, thanks again for opening up your platform so that there can at least be some type of discussion. I personally feel like it's been somewhat level-headed for the most part on both sides. Now that we got Paulie back in chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So,
Yeah, it's just like I said. I mean, it's just time to cut the strings, you know? I mean, it's like there's a lot and just ask the right questions. I'm not talking to anyone specifically, but just in general, you know, and, start. There's a lot of stuff that happened, and it's time for healing and trying to move on and trust the appeal process and make better choices.
I think a lot of problems surrounding the release of the video is that there's a lot of people who spent a long time saying that that video was fake and that Abby was photoshopped on that bridge. And so the authenticity of that has to still be in question because they built their whole persona around it, right?
Absolutely.
I think
So,
that's just because that person wasn't included. That's the way that comes across.
oh yeah, but why would anybody include him though? It doesn't even make sense.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes to a point I was, like how are you going to sit there and claim, that you've gotten to the bottom of this when all you have is Google and do Facebook deep dives, I just think that's a lot of people's mentality, that they're these just like super investigators, and all of a sudden they make one tiny connection, and based on that tiny connection, they make it bigger than it is, and they turn it conspiratorial, and then they just fill in the gaps however that they want, and they justify it, and they pump themselves up, and they get people behind
they sell it, they sell it.
Yeah. I think it's okay to discuss those things among friends in private conversations, because that's how you, like, hey, correct me if I sound fucking crazy, but you got to approach it like that. You can't just go full chest on YouTube. But I
Double
guess
down.
there's some people that make a lot of money off of that shit. So, because the world, like the Sasquatch has to, like, people love that shit. What is it? What's the name of that Discovery Channel? Used to be all science, and now it's just like all conspiracy. It's like they're
even the
gonna
History
go.
Channel. Look at Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? I mean, they're gonna go where the money is, and apparently there's a lot of people out there that just automatically want to go to full conspiracy.
Well, I mean, that's how it's starting to feel on YouTube. It's the same people. It seems just like taking the controversial opinion is the one that's going to get you the most views. So, like, look at all this. The same people, it seems like, who are pounding the pavement for Allen are also pounding the pavement for Koberger. I haven't seen one person yet go hard for Rex Heuermann, but that's coming,
I'm gonna take the Gray Hughes approach and just call everyone idiots, and just tell everybody to give me their money. That's my plan. But yeah.
Well, we got news out of it, so
Anyway.
You mean death threats? They're not memes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Memes are back.
Memes are like, memes saved my life, bro. I was like, like, the best thing you can do is like put on some Shane Gillis or some comedy and just laugh at yourself, laugh at the world. We talk about a very, very serious things, murder and killers, and they're all around us. There's fucking something like 20 active serial killers right now in the United States. And but we're all, we're just people too. We have to meme it out sometimes. And Peggy and I had a meme off, and I laughed my ass off for a couple days, instead of like being upset that I'm some kind of criminal something, whatever the fuck that shit is. But anyway, the funny part about the files is anybody that just looks at them, they're like, what? These are just random screenshots. And then people like go all in on like crafting a narrative around random screenshots. And then I see people in the comments, because no matter what you say as a creator, you're gonna have somebody be like, oh yeah, I totally get what you're saying. That makes absolute sense. And it's like, no, it doesn't. What do you
Oh man.
No.
And it's more than just one person too. It's just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Well, the scary part are the creators that believe it. I'm not saying, on everything, but like
That's
we've all
you
gone
just
down rabbit
don't become a
holes
creator
in
if
the
you're thinking
commuter.
about it. That's my recommendation.
No.
I'm not even creator. I'm just some dude that discussed some stuff on YouTube. I literally
Right?
like made a couple videos, like edited, and I was like, this is too much work. I'm just gonna go live and wing it. Because why? I have made, when Richard Allen was arrested, some creators were talking about, well, now that there's an arrest, is it a problem? A lot of people felt that was a point where maybe it's okay to turn on the financial stuff. So I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a little extra money because it is a lot of work regardless, a lot of time and effort. And so like I turned that shit on. I think I've made a total of $350 total, but some of these people are making quite a bit of money just talking slowly and rehashing the same shit every night. And it's my favorite true crime. Grizzly True Crime is a fucking badass. I'm just down here in the fucking muck. and I don't know. I wish I could. It's tempting, like I started because I wanted to like add to the conversation. Somebody who's my friend now was like, why don't you make a channel? And I was like, I don't know. She was like, no, you should, because people probably want to hear what you have to say. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And then like immediately I was like some part of a different conspiracy. And I was like, wait, what's happening here? And then me being a dude, I was like, fuck you, And then you're in war with people. And then it's like, what else was I doing? It was the pandemic. So, but that shit was awful. Honestly, it always is. It always will be. And I just want to
The
exist.
video you did on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the video you did showing older women how to use Google Earth. That was like one of my favorites.
I wanted to enable, or I wanted to free people from having to watch Gray use to it. Like, look, it's not that hard. Here's how to put pens.
That's good logic, though. It's really good logic.
Yeah.
Like, stop giving this guy your money.
I was so sassy in that video. But yeah, I don't know. Gray Hughes emails me randomly like, "You're ACV, aren't you? I knew it." I'm like, Gary, relax.
Word on the street.
Man, somebody showed me the biggest presentation about you being ACV.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't even know. I don't know who ACV is. I see him in the profs. I see. I don't even agree with the shit that guy says. Why would I? Like, what's the point? I don't know. Sure. Yes, I'm ACV. You caught me. Whatever.
Case closed.
Well, I'm Walla.
Case closed. That's right. Walla-O.
I'm
I'm
Faye.
Waluigi. Yeah. Well, Mark's been like everybody too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I wish I had
Which
that
one's your
kind
favorite,
of
Mark?
What's that?
I said, which one is your favorite of all the people you've been accused of being?
Old Heart from Reddit.
Oh, man.
Old
I
Heart
don't
is
think
ruckus.
Old Heart writes the weirdest books.
Oh my goodness. You're like, hey, Old Heart is known, and then you're gonna get 4,000 characters.
That guy has his laptop on his lap while he's watching the news, I think.
They just go on and on.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's make a bet for no money, just like for a beer. How many revisions of Troll Farm do you think there'll be? 10, 11? I'm going to go for 11. Troll Farm 11.0. Because new people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? And then he's going to say that they're Troll Farm. And how long can he really keep this up? Honestly,
He's just gonna. He has his list is so long. That's why he's got Troll Farm 1 and Troll Farm 2 because he like
3
can you
now.
imagine? Oh
They,
yeah,
they teamed up, so it's 3.
Uniparty.
So he's just gonna group us all together so that way he doesn't have to say Jinx.
Troll Farm Alpha.
And you know he's watching right now, just like, you know, tying his ponytail as tight as he can, too. I'll show them.
He's doing karate. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to hop off.
Hey, thanks everybody for chatting and listening.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys
same.
all have a good night.
You too. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Thanks for joining. Thanks everyone that logged in and chatted and
Peggy, thank you.
No, thank you.
You're great.
Oh, thanks. So are you.
All right. Yeah, usually, sometimes. Love you. Bye.
Love ya. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you to the mods too. Really appreciate it.